Oh, I was just about to say. I can see Angie's dino dance. That's why I giggled.
Hello. Oh, we love Angie's Dino Dance.
I was sending Ange banging tunes before we went live.
Hell yeah. Meanwhile, you all got my Instagram spam last night.
I mean, I didn't.
You
I'm
got some of
currently
it.
mine's uninstalled right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, well, you've got some great ones to log into. Oh,
hi AJ, hi Ange, hi everyone that is lurking. We see you. We don't know who
yes.
you are, but we see you,
Yes, we do.
and we appreciate it.
We really do. We really appreciate you. Hello. Hi, Jamie.
Amy is still looking through
Hi,
more of
chat.
them.
Oh,
Hi
there
Amy.
were quite a few.
Oh, did you like spam?
Yeah.
Spam?
Yeah.
I don't spam Ange with reels. I
I
only
do.
send reels that I know that she'll really like.
Oh, but there were so
Um,
many that I knew she'd find funny.
there's only the only person I really do spam with reels is Charlie. He gets all of my reels.
Yeah, and occasionally
Um,
me.
yeah, I only send ones to like other people that I feel that they will either relate to or find funny.
Yep.
Um, but I don't like bugging Ange on Instagram because I bug her everywhere else.
I think Angie's probably quite used to it by now.
Like I literally just bug Ange everywhere I go.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, "Hi, Ange." Ange is like, "Oh my God, brother."
She's used to
Uh,
it. She's used to it by now.
I'm trying to be really careful how I move with this laptop because my charger is broken.
Oh no.
So it's funny. I have many people sharing stuff with me, and it makes me feel appreciated. So don't. Yeah, I mean, I feel the opposite. I love it when it's people like you, Andrew, or Amy, or like my partner, people that I'm really close to.
Yeah.
I don't mind. But if it's someone that I don't particularly talk to, and then they share stuff with me, I'm like, please leave me alone. I know that sounds incredibly rude, but
No.
it's not that it's not appreciated, but it's just like, please leave me alone.
Yeah.
It's nice when Red occasionally shares something with me,
Yeah.
which isn't often. I was like, oh, hi, Red.
Me and Red have many conversations about Hello Kitty. That is about the. We have many, many
I
conversations.
I try and find it's not often, but I'll find like really motivational reels to send to Red. Um, because I like bigging Red up
Yeah.
in a positive way. I think Red has a lot going on in life, so I
Yeah.
like to like send something positive. Do I share? Do you share what? But while we're waiting for that response, Amy, do you want to introduce what today's theme is?
Yes. So today we are back with podcasts. And we are back with one entitled Mental Health Matters. Because it does.
Could you imagine if you're like, because it doesn't,
Yeah.
but we're
Yeah.
fake and we're pretending that it does?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if that's what
Yeah.
you did? But no, on a real note, it does. I came up with this theme yesterday. So, as everyone is aware, I'm currently on a break right now.
Yeah.
I will be doing Wednesdays on Twitch, I think,
Yeah.
when we're available to do them. I'm not really chasing that streaming life right now.
Yeah.
Um, I'll say it here and I'll make an announcement when I come back to the servers, but I think October, I will do October because I do want to do the Astarion
Mm-hmm.
cosplay because I'm doing Astarion for Halloween this year. So I want to do that. I want to keep my promises that I've made regardless of viewership because I've promised these,
Yeah.
and I will get that baking stream done in
Oh my
October as
god,
well.
yes.
Um, but that is where I'm gonna draw the line, I think. I think after October, I'm gonna go and into writing mode, and I just need to get offline, man. I don't mind
That's
playing
fair.
games with people, but I just need to. I'll still go to people that I mod. I'll like mod their channels, but
Yeah.
I'm not really. There
Everyone
will
needs a
not be a
break.
go live from me.
Everyone needs a break.
No, I think in this day with the world today, the world is so heavy right now,
Uh-huh.
man. It's so heavy. There's so much going on in the world right now that we really don't need
Yeah, and no, it
the
really
shit that's
is.
being pushed to us. It's another reason why I just don't like looking at Instagram so much anymore because it's just constantly
Yeah.
negative stuff,
It's
and I just
constantly
like.
negative.
I'm glad I don't have Facebook or anything like that. I'm glad I don't have Twitter. I'm glad
Twitter
I
is
well,
the
sorry, X.
worst.
I'm glad I don't have any of that.
Yeah. Oh,
Hello,
hey.
Mr. Moore,
Thank you for the
23.
follow.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Yeah, that's where I've been with Insta. I'm really on now. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it, where like I think Instagram sucks the soul out of people.
Mm-hmm.
I had to uninstall TikTok because I got addicted to TikTok in a very unhealthy way.
Yeah.
Like I was on it all the time. I'd say I'm going to sleep and then I'd be scrolling through fucking TikTok
Oh my
and I'd be
God.
like, okay, I need to put the phone down. And so I've not had it on my phone for about 4 or 5 months now. Um, but yeah, so we're going to be talking about some heavy themes today.
We are indeed.
Um, I suffer with bipolar disorder. And I believe Amy has some questions.
I do indeed.
Um, but that's gonna be kind of the whole theme of today is kind of like talk about bipolar, talk about what my work is, what
Yeah.
I do for my job,
Yeah.
um, and stuff like that.
Also, if I ask any questions that you feel you cannot or do not want to answer, you are welcome to say, I'm not answering that.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's not. How many times a day do you pee? You know what I mean? Does peeing affect bipolar disorder?
That wasn't one of my questions, but if you want to answer that,
It doesn't.
good to know. You heard it here
All
first.
questions not answered.
Yeah, can you imagine if I just went through your list and literally you just said no to every question? You're like, wow, great.
Also, for those who might join that are new, we have a picture of a cat in the right-hand
Yeah,
corner. That is my cat, and he's been with us every podcast. I think every stream, basically.
yeah, he is
We
our
always have
mascot.
him. He's our mascot. He's also the emotes for the channel.
Yeah.
But he's down there chilling in the corner. He's also on the left of me in real life, lying on the bed, asleep as usual.
Oh.
And then my profile picture on Discord is Jeff the Shark, because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
The Jeff the Shark is my son, okay? And
Yep.
he will get the respect he deserves.
Yeah.
Even though Charlie likes to send me gifts of him being heard.
Also, Holly, also thank you for the follow. I appreciate you.
Is that someone you know?
Yeah, it's my friend.
Thank you for the follow. Give us all of the follows. Make us famous. No, I'm genuinely kidding. Hi. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you.
We
Should
do
we get on with the
appreciate you.
questions?
Sorry, I just reached for my drink at that exact moment.
If you guys ever want a break of videos of Jeff, I will go on YouTube. I will find videos of Jeff and I'll post them if it gets heavy. And we'll just all look at
Excellent.
Jeff and how cute he is.
Excellent. Oh, thank you
Appreciate
for
you
stopping
stopping
by. We appreciate it.
I love how this is the episode that you decide to stop by on, though. Like, this is the one that you come to, the heavy one.
Holly actually raided with us in as a fill-in for one of our statics.
Did they?
Yeah, you remember when we had like a summoner fill-in in like the early static? That was Holly.
Didn't know.
Yeah.
So I've slept since then.
I mean, it's been quite a while. That was P9S.
And I've done. Oh, well, I'm on MAS right now. I'm kind of really busy.
I think she's also on MAS.
Yeah, that fight is a. It's. Don't get me wrong. Listen, MAS is really fun. By the way, you still say Ange. Ange, apparently you're still part of the podcast because your name is still in the corner.
She can stay
Leave
there
it.
for
It's
now.
fine. It's fine.
We're just gradually collecting people.
And she's just like, another podcast? Don't tempt me. Ange's been on twice and will probably be on again.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm currently on MAS. I'm currently on the Beck and Moonlight mechanic near the end. We're still cleaning up the mechanic before that, to be completely honest. But Beck and Moonlight is where we've got to so far. So we're quite close to the end of phase 1.
Hell yeah.
I know that much.
I can't wait.
But anyway, back onto the subject.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, before Amy says anything, my job in real life is a psychiatrist/therapist, whichever one suits you better. Oh, I'm in phase 1 still, just after Millennial. Good luck with that. Oh, well, we're still in phase 1, but we're close to the end. But good luck with Millennial. It's interesting. Is Millennial the one where it's the heads and you have to go clockwise or counterclockwise while taking stacks on your head and staying in like the safe quadrants? I think that's Millennial, right?
What?
And then it won't make sense to you. That's the one we're on now. Okay, and then Ad face with that one is fun. Wait till you get to ad face. That one's fun. Unless that's the one you're on, have fun. Good luck. We hated it, but we got through it. But anyway, that's my job in real life. So, the only thing I will make a disclaimer of, I will not be mentioning names of any of my patients. I will not be talking about my patients' stories, um, because that's literally breaking the law.
Yes.
And if my job find this podcast, I'll probably get fired. So,
Yes. Please do not break the law.
I don't plan on it.
I'm visiting you in like less than a month. I'd rather you
You're visiting me
weren't
in like 3 weeks,
arrested.
I think.
Yes, yes, I am.
Privacy is so important, especially online,
It is.
because I think a lot of people don't know how to be private.
Yeah.
And some people just post their lives online like far too much. I'm guilty of that a couple of years ago. I was guilty of being an oversharer, but I've really learned to rein that in because I think not everyone is going to take that information and use it in a
Hmm.
nice way. It can be harmful to you because you
Yeah.
don't know what they're going to use against you and what kind of image that they will
Yeah.
make of you.
I,
So that's, yeah.
I'm such an oversharer. It's a problem.
It's one thing to overshare with your friends. It's another thing to overshare in a server full of people you
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh yeah. No. That's
Or like
different.
sit on Twitch and be like, this happened today, and it's like, that might be too much.
Okay, so let me find where to start with the questions. What is the
100% I've tried to
best?
reduce. Well, sorry. Your friend
Oh
Holly might
yeah,
have said something in the chat. 100% I've tried to reduce my personal posting on social media. Valid.
yeah, that's incredibly
Please
valid.
continue to do that
Yeah,
because people will not use it in a good way.
yeah.
Okay, sorry, go on, Amy.
What is the best and worst part of your job?
There's a best part. um, Actually, no. Dan was just talking about this in his stream a second ago. Um, well, not a second ago. It was like nearly probably 30 minutes ago. The best thing for me is being able to tell somebody what's wrong with them because a lot of people are just looking to
Mm-hmm.
know
Yeah,
what their diagnosis is so they can find a way to like
yeah,
navigate that.
yeah,
That's my favorite part of the job because I'm able to tell you this is what's wrong with you
yep,
and we can help you.
yeah,
And the relief on their faces makes it worth it because they look so like, oh, it's like, oh, I can breathe again.
yeah.
Because the scariest thing is having something wrong with you
And you don't know what it is.
mentally or even physically, not know what it
Yeah.
is, and you sit there and you Google, please, for the love of God, people in chat, do not Google your symptoms because it will not give you what
No.
you need. Please come see someone that is a person. Don't go to ChatGPT and start asking for your symptoms there either. Don't be asking AI, all right? You come to a human and we will help you
Yes.
the best way that we can. I say that from past experience because when
Yeah.
you Google something, you instantly it's the thing is that's the thing. It's easy, right? It's
Yeah.
free. You just open your phone, and be like, I have this symptom, and it's been going on for X amount of days. What's wrong with me? And then you'll get a list of like, if I'm shouting, please let me know. I'm sorry. Um, you'll get a list of exactly. See a doctor, go to hospital, exactly. But you'll get a list of like websites that will tell you, hey, this is NHS, this is this. We're going to tell you what's wrong. But it'll be like it's cancer or it's something serious,
Yeah.
and then people will look at that. But they do now have a disclaimer which they didn't have for a long time,
Yeah.
where it's just like, please don't Google your symptoms. Please go to a
Yeah.
doctor. Um. But
Does it?
it's one thing to Google like, oh, I've had a lump on my leg for a couple
Yeah.
of days. What can I do? Compared to I've had a headache for about 3 weeks. Like, if you've got a headache for more than a week,
Yeah.
you go to a doctor.
Does
That
it?
is the common advice.
Does it count if I ask my boyfriend who's in an ambulance crew?
Well, is though he's got experience that in that field, he's not a doctor.
Yeah.
He's not. He's a paramedic.
Yeah.
They're two different career paths. And
Yeah.
even though he's obviously studied medicine, um, he's not the one to go to. He deals with emergencies.
Yeah.
You know. But I get what you're saying. If
Yeah.
he can reassure you, fine, but still go to a doctor because
Oh
he's
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
That's not his job.
But
What's
no, I
chat
fully
saying?
agree. That having a word for something is just massive relief as someone who is chronically ill. And had to go
Yeah,
through the stage of eliminating every other possibility before I got a diagnosis. Just having a
exactly.
diagnosis was the most relief possible, because
And
then they can give you
that's
treatment.
that's what makes people like me happy, is that we can give you that relief. It's all, but don't get me wrong, that's the start of the journey. You
Yeah.
have a whole
Oh
hell
yeah.
of a road to go on. But once you have a name for it, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then you can do your own research, but in a healthy way. All right? Don't
Yeah.
excessively research stuff. That's what we're here to answer those questions.
Yeah.
Um, I specialize in schizophrenia and bipolar, so they're my two fields that I work in. But I've worked with lots of different people. I've even worked with criminals.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I recently googled a symptom. I was like, heart attack and cancer. I was like, what? Um, yeah, if you have chest pain, so the one thing I've learned from calling my doctor is any type of chest pain, you immediately go
Yeah.
to the doctor or the ER.
Yeah.
That's it. No Googling, no doctor's appointment, you go to the ER, because chest pain is always treated. If you call the doctor up and they go, I've got chest pain, they immediately say, just go to A&E, because nothing we can
Yeah.
do will make you feel better.
No.
Yeah, if you're in pain or it's really hard to go through a day, then go to a doctor. Exactly, not Google. There's that comfort of just having a name for something, no matter if there's no answer for how to
Oh yeah.
fix it. Having a name for it is a relief. But the thing is, most things that we have a name for, we can't fix it because it's not fixable, but we can alleviate it. We
Yeah.
can make it easier to deal with.
Yeah.
Now, the worst part of my job, um, honestly, it's kind of like being blamed,
Yeah.
um, or feel like you're making someone worse.
Yeah.
And also, for me personally, because I now run a ward, I hate it.
Yeah.
And that's the worst part for me. Um, is also working with people that you don't want to work with, but you have no choice.
Yeah.
But if you want me to be real, trigger warning, the hardest part of the job is when the people that you're trying to help lose their battle and they take their own life. That's the hardest
Yeah.
part of the job. And
That's
I've
incredibly
had that
sad.
several times. We get phone calls, we get told through medical. We
Yeah.
have to be told if we've worked with them or if we're working with them, and it's a, a lot of what I work with. A lot of people lose their battle when they
Yeah.
go home, and so that's one of the hardest
Yeah.
parts.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's why every therapist has a therapist,
Yeah.
because that's the kind of shit that we have to deal with. And like, I'm using expletives, I probably shouldn't. It's hard when you get that call.
Yeah.
I've had it a few times. And the worst part is you can't tell anyone.
No.
You know, you can't talk to anyone. You can talk to your therapist, but you can't talk to
Yeah.
anyone in real life about it because it's data protection. You can't
Yeah.
really talk about it. You could just say, I've had a bad day at work
Yeah.
today. But those are the two. The best thing, being able to diagnose someone. Worst part, someone dying.
Yeah. What was the training for your job like?
Amy. Um, I think any kind of psychology training is hard, to
Yeah.
be honest. I think a lot of people, Joe, I really hate. I don't know if you've seen like TV programs like Skins where people are like psychology students and they make it look so easy breezy.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking not.
No.
Um, I think the hardest part for me was honestly the workload,
Yeah.
and then training to make sure that you protect people's lives.
Yeah.
Because people's lives are in your hands. Their mental health is in your
Yeah.
hands. But honestly, the medical school side of it is hard. It's
Oh,
just, but the job itself, training for the job I have now, um, is sitting in on sessions and watching the person that's training you do their
Mm-hmm.
job, but you disagree with what they do.
Yeah.
And that to me is the hardest.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to
That
anyone?
really
I know
does.
not everyone works in my field, but does that make sense? It's like you know
Yeah.
better than they do, but you can't say that.
Yep.
But honestly, the workload is the hardest, but also the emotional side of it
Yeah, I can imagine it's
is.
very, very heavy emotionally.
I think I had about 25,000 breakdowns going through uni.
Yeah, it's fair. Honestly.
I mean, Amy gets it. She did you did a, what was it, a musical degree?
Yes.
And people need to understand that musical degrees are hard. Okay, they're not easy.
I have 30 nowadays.
Yeah,
Basically every
that's
day.
no, the hours you have to put in another thing. It's just you have no time for anybody or anything. It's just constant.
I did take music psychology
And
as well.
You took music psychology too?
Yeah.
I think you told me this actually.
Yeah, I did a
Um,
module in music psychology. It was really interesting.
See, that's I love music being part
Mhm.
of psychology. I think
Yeah.
that's incredible. I think there is such a thing as called musical therapy, right?
There
Pretty sure
is.
that's a thing.
Yes. I've got a friend who is
I
a
don't specialize in
musical
it, but I do know
therapist.
it's a thing.
I've got a friend who's a
It's
music therapist.
when people tell you music saves their life, they're not kidding.
No.
Um,
And part of my friend's um degree to become a music therapist and part of her training was they had to attend a certain amount of therapy.
yes, that's also part of the training for
Yeah.
most psychology jobs, to be honest.
Yeah. So they had to
Um,
learn both sides of it, which I thought was really interesting.
just to add on to your question, honestly though, being bipolar myself and it being something that is used against you.
Yeah.
Um, so for those who don't know how my job works, Amy and AJ know this very well. I have to have assessments like every week. Um, and then sometimes it could be every 2 weeks. I've got to make sure that I'm on track with my own medication,
Yeah.
that I'm mentally cleared to still work the job that I'm
Yeah.
working. Because if I'm not taking my medicine
Yeah.
and I have a manic episode and I start encouraging the other patients, um, well, that's bad, isn't it? Luckily, I
Yes.
work from home now mostly, so that,
Yeah.
I don't get as heavily assessed. But when you tell people that when you're studying for
Yeah.
psychology and they're like, you openly tell me you're bipolar, the look that you get.
Yeah. I think it is.
But we understand how to help someone
Yeah.
better than someone who doesn't have it because we have it
Yeah.
and we understand it. I don't have schizophrenia. I only can go off what I've been trained, but I have bipolar. And I feel like bipolar and schizophrenia can go hand in hand. They're similar. They're
Yeah.
not the same, but they're similar.
No,
I feel like
they
the
are.
training should be hard because it's very it's very hard.
Yeah.
But the thing is, to make it fair, I think every job is hard. There isn't, to me, there's not an easy job
No.
in the world. There isn't. But I think when it comes to the healthcare system and working for the NHS, it's hard, okay? Um, I'm sure Amy will tell you that studying for music was hard and studying
Yeah.
for the jobs that she's had since she's left uni is hard. Nothing's easy.
Mhm.
Training is hard
Oh
regardless.
yeah. There's always
Boop, hi
Hi
Alice.
Alice. There's always something that is a more difficult part of the job. There's always like one
Uh,
bit that's just harder to deal with.
the amount of times that I wanted to quit when I was studying
Yeah.
psychology and wanting to be a therapist.
Mhm.
And my mum is, complicated in many ways, but I will say she kept me on the path
Yeah.
and she kept me focused and she was like, do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think part of the reason I did it was to show my family, hey, look what the fuck I can do.
Yeah.
Because they didn't believe in me.
Yeah.
Um, they were happy to pay my fucking loans though. But the deal was they'd only pay my loans if I passed.
Yeah. And I
But yeah.
think I think people don't realize as well that when you go to university, it's not a guaranteed pass.
No, it's not. And I think a lot of people do assume that,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah.
That, oh, you've gone to uni and you passed. No, you can fail.
Oh yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
when you fail, that's it. You can go back and do it again, but who wants to do that? I was very interested in drama therapy for a while. Not that it isn't
Ooh.
anything up. Drama therapy,
That sounds great.
you you would have loved it.
Yeah. That sounds great.
It honestly, music and drama, and do you know that's the beautiful thing about therapy, and that's something I can't talk about enough, is all these different branches of therapy out there, and musical therapy and drama therapy are just beautiful to me. Stuff
Mhm.
like that is just
Yeah.
like how did someone come up with
I
that? You know what I
know.
mean? Like I just think that's incredible.
Yeah.
How someone sat there and was like, music I can sort of get, but like drama, like I just think that's incredible.
I also really appreciate art therapy.
Yes, like this is what I mean. Any kind of creative
Yeah.
therapy is beautiful.
Yeah.
Writing therapy is another thing that's beautiful. I don't know, there's just so much you can. That's the beautiful thing about this. Is nothing why I get annoyed when people say that arts aren't important, but they are.
Yeah.
Because look what they can
They
do. It
so
doesn't
are.
mean you're going to be an actor, but look what they can do for someone mentally.
Look, no one has invented maths therapy for a reason,
Let,
okay?
let's not encourage that behavior. Art therapy has been my savior. I'm glad. My man was in sociology. That's not a sarcastic clap, by the way. That's a genuine clap. Anyone in this chat that has gone through uni and college, because I know America do things, they call it college over there instead of uni. Um, Praise be.
It's hard work.
Genuinely,
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Genuinely, super proud of you for getting through it. And even if you didn't pass, still proud of you for trying.
Yeah.
Because it's hard.
It is.
The only thing I don't like is cognitive behavioral therapy. I
Oh
know I
my
shouldn't
god.
say that, but I don't believe in CBT.
I also don't.
I shouldn't say it, but I've never seen it work.
There's only one person I know that I've seen it work on.
I'm not saying it's not useful for certain people. Let me just clarify. I just personally don't believe it's a very useful form of therapy.
I
But
think
if it's worked for you, it works for you.
I
It just
think
doesn't work for
that
me.
it only really works on very, very situational things and very surface level.
It's really good for childhood trauma
Yeah.
in terms of abuse. And I mean physical and trigger warning sexual abuse. I won't go into that on stream, but it is good for that
Yeah.
because it does rewire your brain.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in it because I've been through it myself and it didn't work for me on the 3 times that I tried it.
I think I did it 5
So
times.
it's not something that I recommend to my patients, but if I feel that they could benefit from it if they tell me something about their childhood,
Yeah.
that I'm like, okay, well then CBT might actually work for you. It just didn't work for me. But I don't tell them that because another thing that therapists need to not do is make it about them. And some therapists
Yeah.
like, well, what makes a good therapist is not sitting there and go, well, I would do it this
Yeah.
way. And when I was in high school, I had a lot of give me a second. I'm laughing. It's not funny, but I had a lot of therapists in high school that would do the same thing, but they would be like, well, I would do this. And I'm like, are you supposed to? I don't think you're supposed to say that.
No, one of mine told me that their anxiety was higher than mine.
But why? Why? Even if it is,
I was
why?
like, who is that
Like it's
helping?
not about them. Like you're there for help for yourself. Why would you...
Yeah.
They really said to you that my anxiety is worse than yours? What?
Yep.
Did you report them?
No, I did not. But then they, in the same session, they gave me a anonymous form to fill out rating their services.
Oh, do you still remember their name?
No, this is like,
Did they work for the NHS?
yes.
Amy, if we can sit back with you in October and go through the records, give me their name, I'll get them fired.
This was like nearly 10 years ago.
Maybe they've been fired since.
Maybe.
But that, I can't believe someone said that to
I'm
you.
also at a different doctor's now, so
Even look at chat shook, and I don't blame them.
yeah.
Alice was like, "What kind of therapist is that?" Obviously not making about Alice. Alice works in the medical field too. Not the same
Yeah.
job that I do, but anyone who works in the medical field, kudos.
Yeah.
Just kudos.
Yeah.
000 is my rating. It's so true.
Also,
I feel like go on.
Holly mentioned that it was that she had some modules at uni on it, and it was one of her favorite topics. I've never seen drama therapy offered as like a module on things. That's like crazy interesting.
I mean either actually.
Yeah.
So get me started on modules, please. I
Yes.
will not sleep. I will have nightmares.
Yes.
But I'm glad that you found it interesting.
Yeah.
And it was one of your favorite things, you know? I just, I don't know, that shit makes me happy.
Yeah.
Anyway, next question.
Okay.
Sorry, we got really carried away with that one.
Yeah, I mean there are so many questions that we're going to cover under other things as well. But I just wrote down anything that may interest me. I'm going on the job ones first.
That's fine.
what inspired you to go into that field? I know you've already kind of talked about it, but
My own personal life, I guess.
yeah.
Um, so when I was younger, I wanted to be an actor.
Mhm.
That was one of the main things I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then as I got older and I went through the things that I went through, um, and I was like, I would always help my friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person who will help my friends before myself, and that's not something I should do, but it's something that I have
Yeah.
always done. And I realized I really liked helping people.
Yeah.
And I know it's such a cliche story that every therapist has probably said, but it's true. There's something
Yeah.
about it's not the kind of joy that you get when you help someone that you when you're not a therapist. You're just like,
No.
oh, I'm just glad I helped that person. It's a mission for me. If
Yeah.
there's something wrong with you, I want to help. For example, yesterday on Ange's stream, if Ange doesn't mind me saying, um, Ange looked exhausted.
Mhm.
And I didn't want to like say in Ange's chat, I was like, oh, you look so tired, like what's wrong? I just kind of like vibed. But I was like looking at Ange and I was very concerned.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was gonna reach out, but I was like, no, I want to give Ange her space.
Yeah.
But I saw Ange yesterday, and Ange can tell me if I'm wrong, that's completely fine. But Ange just looked so tired yesterday.
Yeah.
But I also know that Ange has been going through some things. So, not by the way, I'm not making this about Ange. I'm just saying that that might equal being tired. But my instinct is I want to help you.
Yeah.
Let me help you. But it's also there's boundaries, and me and Ange are close friends, so there's got to be a limit.
Yeah.
And so, like, I can't just go into therapy mode and be like, Ange, do you need help? Do you need help? And
Yeah.
Ange will be like, Jamie, please leave me alone. So I just go, my DMs are open.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to me, I'm completely here. Not as a therapist, just as a friend.
Yeah.
But back to your question, that's the reason I did it.
It's a
And
good
also to
reason.
prove my family that I could do something worthwhile because
Yeah.
they all thought I was useless.
Also a valid reason.
Family's a complicated man. I don't know if other people have that dynamic, but my dynamic with my family is rough because they all talk about I've got a £500,000 house. I'm rich. I'm just like I don't care what you have.
Yeah.
And their job, it feels when they come like if I see them at my mum's house, it's always they want to make me feel like shit.
When really your
And I'm
job
like,
is like the most worthwhile
well, put
job.
it this way, right? My auntie will sit in a room and she'll talk about her life and her grandkids and whatever. If I talk about anything about my life, it's just sighing, looking at her watch, like she can't wait for me to stop talking. But I'm sorry, but you've come round to my mother's house.
Yeah.
And if I'm having a conversation and I'm joining in, like, oh, I've done this, and then she's just like, basically doesn't care,
Yeah.
is what it feels like.
Yeah. I
So
hate
yeah,
it when it's like
families
that.
dynamics are just, yeah. Some people are really close with their family. I know you've got a tight-knit family for the
Yeah.
most part. You like spending time with your family. I am the complete opposite. I hate being with my
Yeah.
family. Because I've never found any kind of love or comfort with them.
Yeah.
And so my love and comfort is with my friends and the people I trust most.
Yeah.
But I've chosen my family.
Yeah.
And that's all I care about.
Exactly.
However, I will say, birthday just passed. My auntie did get me a wallet and she did get me a card, and that's the first time in 5 years.
Oh my god.
And the only reason I think I got a gift was because I turned around and had an argument with her a little while back, and I called them out for not being there for me for the last five,
Yeah.
6 years. And I think I may have struck a nerve, and
Yeah.
maybe I've woke them up. Who knows?
I hope so. Okay. How long have you been in your job?
Oof. This current one or like overall?
Just overall.
Hold on. It's not been super long.
Yeah, it's hard.
We're in 25 now, right?
Mhm.
So, about 7 years.
Oh, nice.
About 7 years, yeah.
And how long of that was training?
At least 4 years of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I guarantee at least like 4 years.
It's more than half. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just that's the way it is, you know.
Yeah.
We receive new training all the time.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure
because go on.
I'm pretty sure your work could fall apart without you. So
Well, I mean, considering I'm running the ward,
yeah.
yes, I think
Yeah.
they if I don't check in one day, I think there
Yeah.
might be a bit of a panic. It's not a job that I wanted. It was a job that was thrust
Yeah.
upon me
Yeah.
because my last boss just decided to leave
Yeah.
without telling anybody. And so the only other person that's worked there long enough to be promoted was me.
Yeah.
And I mean, the only benefit I have is I work from home. That's
Yeah.
about it. I do have to go in occasionally to show face, but
Yeah.
most of the time I work from home.
Do you remember the time when I got incredibly worried about you because I hadn't heard from you for 48 hours and you were like, eventually I heard from you like, Amy, I just did a double shift.
Yeah.
I couldn't check my phone. I was
Yeah.
like, it's been 2 days.
Yeah. That's the beauty of the job.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think I vaguely remember. I think I vaguely like, Amy, I'm not dead. I've just been working.
I was genuinely very concerned.
You're like, what kind of job that is a double shift is 48 hours? I'm like, this one. This one. But I think that was the time when I had like a really big patient overload.
Yeah, it was.
Because ugh, I can't really get into it, but a lot of the NHS is just messy.
Yeah.
It's just messy. By the way, no human being should be looking after 30 people.
Oh,
And
I
I was.
100% did, AJ.
I wouldn't be surprised if she messaged me asking if I'd. She probably did.
Definitely did.
That's the thing. If Amy can't get hold of me, she goes to you. And
Yeah.
if she can't get hold of, but to be honest, I think these days she'd probably go Charlie first
I go,
because if anyone's gonna
Charlie,
hear from me, it'd be
AJ,
Charlie.
Ange.
Yeah,
That's the order.
in that order.
And then if really concerned, your mum.
By the way, I love how my mum is the bottom of that list. Like the absolute bottom.
Yeah.
Like Ange is above my mum.
I don't want to bother. I don't want to, like... I don't want to bother your mum if it's not... If someone else has heard from you.
I just think it's funny that Ange is like, it goes Charlie, AJ, Ange, then his mum.
Yeah.
I'm just sat there like, what?
Yeah. Okay. So, how long have you had bipolar?
Well, since I was born, no.
That is a good question though. Is it
No,
how does it?
So when it comes to this is like the big subject of bipolar is, are you born with it? Does it develop? Does it? I personally believe it develops over time. I don't think people are born with any. I think people are born with obviously mental impairments, but I don't think people are born with manic disorders because I don't think any toddler is going to be manically depressed. I think it's a mixture of trauma, how you cope with that trauma, and again, this is just my personal theory, and then how it affects you mentally. So for me, because of the childhood that I had, without going into detail, I saw a lot of shit that I shouldn't see.
Yeah.
And I went through a lot of shit that nobody that age should go through, but my family rule was we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So it was finger on the lips. It was we don't talk about it. Whatever happened to you, it didn't. And that is not healthy at all.
No,
but that is my family's rule. If it happened, it didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I was okay. I had to keep it locked up.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
And I think that can fuck up anybody's brain.
Yeah.
And especially in the years that I was 14 when I was diagnosed, and that's really fucking young.
Yeah.
But that is like, you know, the development age. So like the wiring of my brain is being developed and sort of being fucking skewed the wrong way because I'm not talking about what I should be
Yeah.
talking about, and I'm not developing properly because of the trauma.
Mhm.
And so, to answer your question, I could have had it beforehand, but I've known since I was 14.
Yeah.
And without putting years on it, because I don't want to give away my
Yeah.
age on
No, don't do
Twitch,
that.
um, it's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a
Just,
while.
just yeah. It's been a
Yeah.
while. You are a fully grown adult, and that's as far as
Yes,
we'll
I
go.
am. Oh, my charger's come out. I love that.
Oh no.
Let me
So,
see if I can fix this. There we go.
do you think your experiences with bipolar help you to empathize with your patients?
Yes, but I think everybody's case of bipolar is different.
Yeah.
No bipolar case is the same because everybody's got it from different
Yeah.
reasons. But it helps me understand them, what they're thinking, what their next move might be. Um, that's the one thing I get told a lot by my patients is they appreciate that I can actually be on their level, and that's the
Yeah.
great thing about it is I can be on their level and level with them
Yeah.
and be able to be like, hey, are you feeling this way? Let's
Yeah.
not go through this path, you know. But oh god, I need to stretch my leg, and I know this is gonna fuck up my
Oh
charger.
no.
But
I
okay, that
always
feels
think
beautiful.
I always think it's really hard to deal with like medical professionals who absolutely do not understand the illness that you're trying to get help with. Um because these things are really difficult to relate to if you don't experience them.
Like 99%. No, that's not realistic. Probably about 60% of people that work in psychology don't have any kind of
Yeah.
mental illness. Um, but you know, I get where you're coming from, but even though they don't know it, they try.
Yeah, they
And like I
try.
don't think we shouldn't really diminish their
Yeah.
training because obviously they've trained enough to get to
Yeah.
where they're at. Um, but yeah, I understand. It's difficult when someone pretends that they get it but don't. But I
Yeah.
think a lot of the problem these days is you go to a doctor, you tell them you're depressed, they just give you medicine. They don't
Yep.
even half the time they don't refer you to a psychiatrist because they
No.
don't believe that you need one.
No.
And so they just give you like, oh, here's some antidepressants, you'll feel better. And it's like that doesn't
Nope.
work.
It does
You
not.
know what I mean?
It
But
needs to be
yeah,
used in conjunction with something else.
I think that's the problem with today's healthcare system, though. And I don't know about America's healthcare system, but at least here, it's very much you go to a doctor, they just give you a tab. There's a tablet for everything now.
Yeah.
But it's like, is it actually helping me? You know, or are you just silencing me so that you can move on to
Yeah.
somebody else? And while we're on this subject, I think a lot of people in the trying to get my words out properly in the mental health crises who are on benefits, for example, which is our welfare. So in
Mhm.
America, that's like welfare checks, but here it's like we call it universal credit or job seekers or what. Does that exist anymore? Or is it
It's
all one now?
all under universal credit,
I wouldn't
which
know.
that's the problem. That's a major problem with it. It used to be separate. And now because job seekers is included, um, and that's not a guaranteed income, people who are on like universal credit for sickness reasons can't use it to get any form of credit for anything because it's not a guaranteed income and it's not accepted.
We're in such a horrible day and age, I
Yeah.
think, when it comes mental health is not it's still not taken seriously.
No.
Well, the point I'm trying to get to is I remember my mum, who has worked most of her life,
Mhm.
can't work anymore. Not
Yeah.
after cancer, not after being able not to walk.
No.
Like she can barely walk. So I mean, and she worked. Like she worked through being
Yeah.
like diagnosed with stuff, and she worked her ass off. Um, Absolutely no problems at all, Ange. I'm glad you stuck out because I did just talk about you a second ago.
Yes. Yes.
I will reiterate what I said in a second, but I hope your phone call was okay. Um, but there was a form, and it wasn't PIP. It was something I was on a while ago. The limit capability and
Yeah.
capability for
Yeah.
work. There is not enough questions on that form about
Nope.
mental health at
Nope.
all. It's all, have you served in the army? Have you had cancer? Have you had this?
Yep.
And like, I understand that those are also important questions, but like, you're not asking. There's like the tiniest box, like, do you have any mental health issues? I'm like, what, supposed to just scribble down one thing? But
Yeah.
every other box was like fucking huge, but this
Yep.
one box was tiny. And so I am like my mum's next of kin. I'm like her primary carer.
Mhm.
And so when she got the phone call assessment, she gave me the phone at the end, and the
Mhm.
woman was like, she was allowed to talk to me. Plus, I told her what my job was, gave her
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
information. I was like, your form is a crock of shit.
Yeah. It
She was like,
is.
excuse me? I went, no, your form is a pile of shit. Why? I said, because the questions about mental health are fucking awful.
Yeah.
There is not enough resources out there as it is,
Nope.
but you're telling me now that the only way that she can really get this is if she's got fucking cancer, or if she's dying, or if she
Yeah.
served in the army. But if she's got seriously like mental health issues,
Mhm.
she can't get the help that she needs because you've given one tiny ass box.
Yeah.
I said, this fucking form better fucking change, or I'm gonna seriously find a way to fucking get involved
Oh,
in
it's
this, because this
terrible.
needs.
I've
It
completed that
hasn't
form.
changed, by the way. It
No.
hasn't changed. And then Amy will know this too well, if only if she wants to talk about it. But there's a thing called PIP in the UK,
Mm.
which is it a stand for personal independence payment? Is that what it
Yes.
is?
Yes, it is.
So PIP is given to people who cannot work.
It's
So people who
actually
have
so
disabilities.
it's
Sorry, go on,
it's
Amy.
not even an out of work benefit. You can get it and still work.
Oh, no, that's correct. Sorry, yeah, that's correct. You
I
can
just wanted to
still work
correct
and
you.
be on PIP. Sorry, again, I've never signed up for it, but I know my mum's on it.
Mhm.
Um,
I am also on it.
it is mainly though for people who are disabled
Yeah.
in some kind of way.
Yeah.
And something that people need to remember, even though this isn't really a mental health thing, is that disabilities aren't visible.
No.
Not all of them are visible, you know?
Yeah.
And like the looks that I've seen Amy get for parking in a
Oh my
disabled
god.
parking spot and having a disabled parking badge, but if you want to say what you have, that's fine. I'm not going to say it.
Oh,
But if you want to tell,
I have fibromyalgia.
there you go.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to be the one to tell you that. But like this is the thing. And like people who genuinely need it are getting knocked
Yeah.
back. But there's not enough on the PIP form about mental health
No.
either,
There's
I don't
basically
feel.
nothing. There's basically nothing on the
And
mental health form.
they
On the
put
PIP on
you
the
on.
PIP form. I would also like to point out that the PIP form is 42 pages long.
Is it actually?
Yes, it is.
Do you know, so in the past I've had patients like ask me if I can help them with it,
Mhm.
but legally I'm not allowed to be involved in
Yeah.
PIP forms.
Yeah.
Because as a psychiatrist I'd be biased, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to get involved. So that's what you have like social workers for,
Mhm.
or support workers, or the job center. Like people like that can help
Citizens
you. I
advice.
cannot.
Citizens advice is what
Uh,
they
Citizen
encourage you.
advice is good, yeah. Um, they don't get enough resources either, though.
No, they don't.
They're overworked to fuck in in that department. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. But yeah, and
Um,
42 pages.
42 pages, and that's not just it. Then you send that off.
Yep.
Then you get a phone call, and then I don't know if they still do it now because of COVID, but they did used to come out and inspect you and watch you
Yeah.
do your daily activities, or
Yeah.
like walk up and down the stairs, or
Yeah.
do this, do that. So they could literally, and it's such an engrossed violation of privacy, watch you do everything, and
Yeah.
then go back, and then someone who doesn't fucking know you
Yeah.
makes a decision whether yes or no.
They
And the problem
also
is with PIP, they have to hit a quota of
yeah.
no's
Yeah.
throughout the year.
I've learned that if they accept too many applications, they get audited.
So there's a lot of people who
Yeah.
don't need it that are on it.
They also lie.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of people who aren't on it but
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah.
My mum got knocked back twice, and she
I
went to Citizen Advice, and
yeah.
she also had a support worker do it. She got accepted a third time. Do you know why? Because I fucking filled out the
Yeah.
form.
Yeah.
I was there for the phone calls, and when she put me on the fucking phone, I put my fucking
Yeah.
foot down. Excuse my language. I'm just very passionate about
No.
this. I put my foot down and I lost it with them. I was like, this woman
Yeah.
cannot fucking walk to
Yeah.
the shop and back without being in agony. She
Yeah.
cannot use her hands. She has
Yeah.
just beat cancer. Like, you cannot
No.
sit there and tell me that she doesn't deserve this. So you better fucking come back in a fucking month's time, or whatever it is, and you better say that
Yeah.
she gets it. Because if you don't, I will be taking legal
Yeah.
action at this point. Because 3 times is embarrassing
Yeah. It's
to be told
disgusting.
no. She got it that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can make people give people what they want if I need to, but not in a manipulative way. I'm just very um
I just
aggressive.
I just don't think people understand how difficult PIP is to get.
It's no, I don't think people do, and you know, it's also the judgment that people
Yeah.
get when they get told they're on PIP, and people are like, oh, you're on PIP, or you just want extra money. I'm like, no,
No.
there's reasons why that exists,
I
but
am I literally can only work part-time. I can only work half a week. And the amount of people that I've told that I only work half a week and they go, "Oh, that's nice. What do you do for the rest of your week?" Recover. And
don't
sleep.
get me wrong. I know that it's not always your fault. I do get on Amy's case a lot about energy, but it's more so. It's like so from my point of view, right? Because obviously I don't have fibro. Um, I've by the way, I've stayed at Amy's house
Yeah.
and I've woke up in the night to go to the toilet and I've heard her in
Mhm.
pain, like
Mhm.
moaning
Yep.
a lot in pain, and that I can't say that's a performance or it's fake because no one's
No.
in the room with her. So why would she fake it
Why would I do that?
if she believes that we're all asleep? But I hear it and I'm like, oof, and. I say to her the next morning, I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, nope. And we were due to go to London that day, and I did
Yeah.
say, "Do you want to just leave it?" And you're like, "No, no, no. I want to go
Yeah.
to London." And I think you did really well that day in London.
Yeah. I
You know, you
think
walked everywhere.
yeah. I think it's got to the stage now where if I say no to something just because I'm in pain, I'm going to be saying no to everything. And I
Yeah,
don't
well,
want
that's
to miss out
important.
on things. So I have to work out what's worth pushing it. Because I have a
Hmm.
certain backlog of energy where I can push things to the limit for like a couple of days
Yeah,
or maximum a week. But I will need 2 weeks to recover. But if it's something that's worth doing, I will do it. I just can't sustain it.
yeah.
It's one of those things where it's I can do it, but then people will see you doing the things, and then they'll go, "Oh, why can't you do this all the time?" I'm like, "Because you don't see the 2 weeks after when I'm stuck in bed."
Like you don't see the aftermath of me
No.
not being able to do fucking
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't say that I understand it, but I remember there was a specific for some reason people in London are scared of Northerners, and I'm from the North, so
Just
I
Northerners are too
remember we were
friendly.
walking through the train station, and you were walking as fast as you could, and I think you were walking pretty fast compared to how you usually
Yeah,
walk.
you have to in London.
And this one woman behind you just sighed, and I turned around and went, "What the fuck is your
Yeah.
problem?" She, oh, sorry. And then she walked off the other direction. I'm like, "Am I really that scary?"
Northerners are too
I'm just like,
friendly. They talk to people.
I, if you hold the door open for someone in London, oh my fucking God. They're like, they look at you like you're an
Yeah.
alien.
Yeah.
It's like manners just don't exist there.
No one in London talks to anyone.
No, they just go about their business.
Yeah.
But in the north, we're a chatty lot.
Oh yeah, I'll talk to
We'll
anyone.
we'll we'll stand in a queue in like wherever we are, and we'll have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, if something comes up that, or we'll look at something like, oh, did you see that last night? Like you just, even if you
Yeah.
don't know them,
I
this is
had
why I feel like where I live is a great place for
yeah.
people to visit because
Yeah.
most people are friendly here.
Yeah.
Most.
I had a great
Anyway,
I had a great trip on holiday when my friend wasn't sat next to me on the plane, and I had the flight attendant sat opposite me. We had a great conversation.
yeah, some people just have the gift of the gab. I know I do. Um, and it reminds me of one time I held door for a European dude, and he looked at me like a shat on his foot.
Accurate.
Accurate. If you ever come across somebody and in your neck of the woods, without obviously doxing you, if they're if they're from England, if they've got like a the Cockney accent, then you know they're from London. But
Yeah.
if they've got an accent you can't quite place, and they're quite talkative to you, and they seem quite friendly, they're probably from the north.
Yeah.
Which is funny because the north people get told that we're really rude. We're not.
No.
You just don't like talking to people, and we like
Yeah.
talking to
Yeah.
people, and you think talking to people is rude.
Come to think of it, I had conversations with people on holiday, and they were all from the north.
Lovely people.
Yeah, it was great.
I spoke to a lot of North people in my college then. Yeah, there's a lot of really friendly British people, and then there's a lot of really not friendly British people.
Yeah.
What's your next question?
Oh, questions? What are questions?
I don't know, things you're supposed to have in place before we do
Yeah.
the podcast.
How do you feel about the representation of bipolar in media and celebrities?
Oof. Okay. Do you know what's a really good movie?
What?
Silver Linings Playbook.
Ooh, I haven't seen that movie.
It's got Jennifer Lawrence and the guy that was in A Star Is Born, Bradley something,
Yeah,
Bradley
yeah,
Cooper.
yeah.
And it's about two people with bipolar.
Yeah.
And she does a really great representation of it. There's actually a speech that she gives that I think's really good. Um,
Oh.
Let me see if I can find the clip of her talking about what it's like to have bipolar. I will say, when it comes to celebrities, there's one particular celebrity, Kanye West, who just gives it a very bad fucking name. And he'll like say really horrible things and then just blame it on bipolar. That's not bipolar, bro. That's not saying
Yeah.
he doesn't have it, but that's not how it
I didn't know
works.
he had it.
He does. I'm trying to see if I can find the speech.
I should definitely watch
But
that
I
movie.
think they did you should watch it.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant film. I think. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. I love adverts. Here.
Ooh, thank you for posting
Uh,
that.
yeah.
I'm just looking at a list of celebrities that have bipolar, and I was like, I did not know most of these people.
I think Amanda Bynes is on there.
Oh, really? I know
She
Chapel
has some
Roan
kind
has
of.
it because she's
So
in.
basically, there's a line that she says, sorry, where it's like, I do all the shit for other people, and then I wake up and I'm empty and I have nothing. And like, when you're on a manic high for
Yeah,
bipolar, you'll do everything.
yeah,
You'll do everything with
yeah,
such enthusiasm, but then you'll wake up and you'll be empty, and
yeah,
it's like the worst. I'm currently on a low at the minute,
yeah,
but I'm not the lowest I've been. There's low and then there's low.
yeah,
But people have this stigma, I think, with bipolar where they think that we're up and down every second, and that's such a bad representation of bipolar
yeah.
because we're not. Yes, we have mood swings, but we're not just happy one
No,
minute and angry the next. Like
no,
that's not how it works. There's a lot of different mood disorders, but that's
yeah.
definitely not how it works.
No, that's me.
Um, I was gonna make a retort, but I'm not going to. um, I think I don't think it gets enough representation in media, to be
No,
honest.
I don't think it does.
there isn't enough on bipolar in media, which is why when you said it, the only film that I could think of was Silver Linings Playbook. Um,
I watched a
and I
TV. I
really
watched
hope.
a Netflix show that had bipolar representation, but
Did you ever watch Shameless, the UK
no, I
version?
didn't.
So the UK version, by the way, I love the American version. I love that they're both different. But the UK version, the character on the UK one is called Karen. And I
Yeah,
think about season 6 or 7-ish, she ends up having like she ends up being really like manic and stuff, and you can tell that she had bipolar, but they didn't say what it was right away.
yeah,
But the way she portrayed it was fucking fantastic.
yeah,
And like I felt like even though I felt like the storyline was quite short, it could have been a bit longer. Um the way that it was written was beautiful
yeah,
in the sense of the way that they portrayed it,
yeah,
despite the fact it was a very short storyline. Like it continued onwards, but it didn't have like a heavy focus.
yeah,
But bipolar is something that is not represented well in media. But you like things like schizophrenia are like BPD are
yeah,
like this. By the way, BPD is borderline personality disorder, not bipolar disorder, even though
yeah.
people
I've had
associate
that
them
question
both.
asked many, many times.
It's two different
It
things.
is
But
very different.
I told Amy long before she got her
Yeah.
diagnosis that she had that.
Still don't
Did
have a
I not?
diagnosis.
No, but you've been told that basically
Yeah.
this is what we think you
I
have.
had the treatment for it.
And yeah, and this is why I said to you, didn't I, that
Yeah.
a long time ago, I was like, Amy, I think you've got this.
Yeah.
And I will only tell you if I think there's something wrong with
Yeah.
you if you ask. I will
Yeah.
not start a conversation with you and be like, I think you have this.
Yeah. No.
Like, there's a show called Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Obviously Amy knows that show very well, but when Charlie showed me it, he was like, there's something wrong with her, obviously. And I called it way before she
Uh,
found out, and he was so
literally.
annoyed at me.
You were still in season one, I think.
Yeah,
And you'd called the
I
entire
messaged you.
show. And I was like, oh my God.
I just knew from like the way she was, but I
Yeah.
think that was portrayed really well
So
in
well.
that show.
So
For
well.
she had borderline personality disorder, right? That's what she
Yeah.
had. So I think
That's how I knew what it
that
was.
it was portrayed beautifully.
Yeah.
Your degree at work. I mean, look, if I can't recognize, even if it's pretend, if I can't see it, then I need to quit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's time to retire at that point.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like I've got the friend I went on holiday with. She is the worst person to watch true crime shows with because she has a degree in crime scene forensics.
so she'll just call the whole thing.
She calls the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, bitch, this is what we went to fucking college for, okay? This is
Exactly.
what we went to uni for.
Yeah.
We gotta put that degree to work.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, then why do we have it? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Um,
Cool
but yeah,
stories.
back to your question. Um, I think yeah, there's just not enough representation.
Yeah.
But what I've seen portrayed, I don't like.
Yeah.
Um, I think a lot of bipolar is written
Mhm.
in more of emotional
Yeah.
manic episodes
Yeah.
than it is like the depression side of it.
Yeah.
Also, I can't believe I totally forgot. The American version of Shameless, Ian's character has bipolar.
Oh.
And so does Monica, his mum, and it's portrayed beautifully, I think, in that version of
Yeah.
Shameless. I don't know if Angie's ever seen the American Shameless, but they portrayed it really well in that show. I can't believe I forgot about that for a second. They must have took Karen's storyline from the UK one because the UK one came
Yeah.
first and put it on Ian. But I called that the minute it started happening. I was like, that's bipolar.
Yeah. You call things very very easily.
You know, it's in Shameless. It's an acquired taste, but I think you would like it. There's not a lot of shows that do well when they're remade for
Yeah.
American audiences. Like Skins was tried to be made for American, then they tried to do In-Betweeners the US. But the US version of Shameless lasted 11 seasons.
Yeah.
And that is rare. But when you watch the UK version of Shameless season one and the season one version of the US one, they're similar because they've obviously taken the first season scripts and just put
Yeah.
them on the American actors and gone do this. But you can tell that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so they went on their own storyline after that. Like season two onwards was a completely different story and
Yeah.
did not even remotely copy the UK one at all. And that's what I thought was beautiful
Yeah.
about it. Because
Yeah.
I was like, now that you're not copying and you're doing your own shit, I'm actually invested in
Yes.
this.
I
Um,
always think that you can't change things directly from UK to American because the way things are
you mean
received
copy?
by audiences, yeah,
You
um,
said change.
yeah, um,
Sorry, carry on.
because the way things are received between the two countries is so different, and stuff like British humor is something that does not translate well to Americans.
No, not if they don't know someone
Yeah,
that's British. I think you can't really take British media and make it work in
no,
America.
you can't.
And that's why a lot of American remake shows for that
Yeah,
copy UK shows just don't work.
no,
Um, until they made the original, which is what Shameless got correct.
yeah.
Um, I'm also so in love with Noel Fisher, and it's not a joke. Uh, he played Mickey Milkovich in the American Shameless, and Cameron Monaghan played Ian. Cameron plays he's the well he's the character in Star Wars. He plays the lead character in the Star Wars games.
Mhm.
He played Ian in Shameless,
Ah,
and that's where he got his beginning.
nice.
Anyway, we went off topic. So
We
yes,
we
I think
we're
that
always gonna go
happens.
off
It's a
topic.
podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's not shown correctly in a lot of
No,
media.
no, I don't think it is.
Um, I can link some really interesting videos that will give you really good information how to deal with someone bipolar. I think at one point I had to send them to my mum because she just didn't know how to.
Yeah, you should put it in the Discord server.
I will after my break.
Yes.
What's your next question?
Okay. How do you know when you're going into a high or a low?
So when you're going into a high, you don't know.
Yeah.
The high is like the peak energy
Yeah.
and like the mornings where I'm awake and I'm wide awake and I'm doing all these things and you're like, Jamie, have you slept? I'm like, no, because I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. That's like a manic high.
Honestly, that makes
And
sense.
like you don't know that it's a high until you're in it. I'm dangerous with my highs if I've got money because sometimes I'll spend a bit too much money
Yep.
on things because you like to have the nice things.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, let me go to town, let me go shopping, let me go have breakfast, let me go do this, let me go do that. Um,
Hey Mew.
However, name one mental disorder that is portrayed correctly, realistically in media. Depression on itself is portrayed correctly in a lot of media. Just depression.
Yeah.
Schizophrenia has been portrayed pretty well in media. Um, I think BPD has been,
Yeah.
again, the show that we mentioned earlier has been worked well in media. Um,
There are
but
some
there's
bad
still a lot of
examples of that one too.
I think autism's on a good rise in media now. I think they're
Yeah.
trying to get it right.
Yeah.
I don't think they've got it quite right just yet, but I think that they're getting there.
Yeah.
But also, hi Mew. Thank you for coming in. We really do
Yes.
appreciate it. I hope you're okay. I know that you're
Yeah.
super busy with life and stuff, so it's always lovely when you come in and say
Yeah.
hello. What were we saying? Oh, so when I'm on a high, I
Yeah.
don't know. The low is different because I start to feel empty.
Yeah.
And I start getting to the point where I don't get out of bed. I don't want to get
Yeah.
out of bed. And do you want me to be completely honest what caused this low?
Yeah.
Um, should I talk about it? Hold on. Without going into specifics because we've all moved on from it,
Yeah.
where something happened the other day, and you'll know what I'm talking about. And I left someone feeling really upset.
Yeah.
And that to me, it broke me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting emotional. I'm fine. Um, the next day after that, I was crying all day.
Yeah.
I was sobbing, and I'm not usually that kind of a person.
No.
I'm usually quite okay, like just like getting over it. But I haven't even told and or anyone this, but yeah, I was really upset about it
Yeah.
because I really don't like feeding into
No.
people's um I don't want to say the word because I want to give it away, but I think you know what I'm talking about. I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
feeding negatively into people's lives,
Yeah.
and I don't want to put a sparkle on something they don't like about themselves and
Yeah.
like poke fun at it. That was never my intention.
No.
But I sat with that the next day and I was really upset because, and I'm not saying that's what caused the low, by the way.
But
I
it,
can't put it on
yeah.
that. I was already going into a low, but
Yeah.
like from the couple of days before that, I could feel it. But that made me just feel 10 times more horrendous. Because my job is to make people feel
Yeah.
better. And the fact that even though I meant it as a joke, I really did harm somebody and I
Yeah.
didn't mean to. Um, ugh, I hate being emotional. Um,
Being
don't
emotional
get me wrong,
just
me and that
means you
person have
care.
spoken. We're good. We're good. You know, it's all good now. Um, I was also terrified of losing a friend out of
Yeah.
it. So oh, why am I so emotional about this?
Because you care.
Yeah, it's more so I think I just didn't like feeding to somebody's insecurity and I didn't
Yeah.
want to make them feel worse and I didn't know that was an insecurity they had and I obviously amplified it in that moment.
Yeah. I get it.
And so it just really, when I sat with it, I wanted to reach out and be like, I wanted to fix it.
Yeah.
But like, you can't fix everything in life. You know what I mean? You cannot, I can't force that. Like, I'm so grateful that that person was receptive and wanted dialogue with me and wanted to fix it. Like,
Yeah.
not that everything would be great and fine and dandy, but they wanted to at least have a dialogue and see if we could
Yeah.
find a middle ground. And that's what I'm so grateful for
Yeah.
because not everybody will give you that. But that's what, like, that made me feel better in terms of, okay, I've managed to, at least come across and, like, say I'm sorry and genuinely mean it.
Yeah.
And hopefully I've shown that I'm genuine about it. Um, but yeah, um, I don't know if you can hear it. I'm very emotional right now. I
Yeah.
just don't like making people feel shit.
No.
And I'd never ever mean to.
Yeah.
I'm just very cutthroat with my humor and I think it just hurts people, but I don't mean it.
No.
I'm not trying to hurt somebody.
Absolutely
Let
not.
me read chat so I can move away from that for a second. Is it when everything piles up that you in a sense yeah, like it piles up and you can feel that it's coming, but it's like worse than you expect it to be.
Yeah.
So you're going into a low, but when it
Yeah.
hits, it's like worse than you thought it was gonna be. Nothing can prepare you for a very big
Yeah.
low when you're bipolar.
Yeah.
Nothing can. You don't eat, you don't want to get out of bed.
Yeah.
But because I've had so much time with it and I've learned that sitting and chewing in my bed will not help, I also don't have the luxury to sit in bed all day. Um, is I try and get out and do things. And I'm so thankful that I have Charlie.
Yeah.
There's nothing I'm getting emotional about. I'll be fine. I'm so thankful I have him to
I'm
like
so
at
glad you
least
do too.
to lean on and be like, hey, I'm feeling low. And he's like, okay, what can I do? And I'm just like, just be there. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
you know, and again, I think another thing that I need to remember is even though I'm low, other people have emotions and Charlie will also have like lows and stuff and
Yeah.
like we can still clash, but like for example, last night we clashed a very small clash over Baldur's Gate 3. It was not deep,
Mhm.
but I didn't understand where he was coming from and then when he explained it,
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, I hear you and I get where you're coming from." And I
Yeah.
was just like, but I was so wrapped up in I'm low, I don't want to deal with this, but
Yeah.
then I can't because I muted my mic at one point because I was like stubbornly low and I was like, "No, I need to fix this." So I immediately muted my mic and we
Yeah.
talked out. We're good.
Yeah.
But yes, Ange, it's you can sense it, but you can never expect the full force.
Yeah.
Mew said, "I'm tired and burning out. Should have more time to hang around communities and stuff in October because that's when there's less daylight. There's also less photo shoots. Totally valid. I know you've been working like crazy, and I'm sure that, doing something you love is good, but also burning out is also not good.
Yeah.
So that's telling you, your body's now telling you, hey, we need to slow down.
Yeah.
Can we chill out now?
Yeah.
Um, but again, you might not have that luxury with, your line of work.
It is also
But
really
I
great
hope
to
you,
see you.
yeah, but I hope you find really a good time to rest in October. And even if you don't visit all the communities, I hope you visit the ones that you want
Yeah.
to, and I hope that you have a good rest.
Yeah.
Partners are so helpful with that. Like, I try not to ask for a therapist from my partner, but she and I listen to each other and just try to do things to help get through it.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. Not everybody is. Um, I get that. Like, you try not to ask them because you don't want them to feel like they're your therapist more than your partner. But that's what a partner is
Yeah.
for. You know, they are technically they're your therapist and your safety
Yeah.
and your blanket and your
Yeah.
defender all in one.
Yeah.
That's and if they don't do all those things, are they really your partner?
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
know, and not everybody's partner is emotionally mature enough to deal with sad things, so they might not
Yeah.
be able to be the best person, but that's what we've got friends for.
Exactly.
But, you know, if you want to alleviate the stress on your partner, it's God, I feel like I'm giving a therapy session to chat. Or I might as well be at this point.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you're giving so much onto your partner and you want to alleviate that, that's what your friends are
Yeah.
for. So go to your friends.
Yeah.
But please remember, if you're going through a low and you don't want to put it all on your partner, at least tell your
Yeah.
partner that you're feeling low, that you will tell them what's wrong, but you're going to speak to your friend about it
Yeah.
first, not because you care about them more, but because you don't want to put everything on your partner right now.
Yeah.
But just be transparent with your partner that you are talking to a friend, so that
Mhm.
you're not, so they don't feel betrayed when you tell them, "Oh, I've already spoke to this person about it and I'm good." Like, hear them both out, hear
Yeah.
both advices. But I think, you know, to those in chat who don't have a partner, lean on your friends, the ones that you trust.
Yeah.
Um, and don't sit through it alone.
No, don't suffer
Never,
for it
ever
alone.
sit through it alone. It's one thing I've learned now is just instead of like leaving groups and not saying anything, like I'll leave a group and I'll say to
Yeah.
like Amy, "Hey, I'm going through a low."
Yeah.
Which I did do the other day. I
You
left the group
did.
chat and I said to you that I'm going through a low right now.
Yeah.
And so when I go through lows, I leave group chats and I
Yeah.
close all my Discord conversations and I don't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
So if I talk to you currently right now while I'm low, feel privileged because not everybody gets that from me. Um,
Yeah.
it means that you mean something to me. I
Yeah.
won't respond to anyone that
No.
I don't really care for, in a sense of sharing my personal life with.
Yeah.
You're talking to someone who has burned herself out for about 15 years. And well, I mean, we've had several conversations about you burning yourself out at this point, Mew. But I trust you enough to
Yeah.
know you'll stop when you really need to.
Yeah.
And if I can't trust you to do that, then I guess I'm fucked because there's nothing else I can do. But also very true, and I'm trying to find some healthier ways. I'm glad. Lol, I've been the culprit to hold things, and my partner has told me I've got to work on that too. I've been working. Yeah, I think so. I think for you, Ange, right? Here I am reading Ange like she's a patient, but like not. You're a very private person,
Yeah.
and that's something I've learned from you just over the years as being your friend.
Yeah.
You will only open up to those people that you deem worthy of your time. And even that's super hard for you to do.
Yeah.
Because I think you're someone who goes through things, is very private, but you're also aware that someone else is going through something else at the same time and you don't want to burden them. But I'm glad that your partner
Yeah.
is trying to get you out of that shell. But it's not an easy shell to get out of. It's
Yeah.
hard because I've been the same way. Um, it's not, for example, with Amy, because I've known her for so long, but I think even if I didn't know Amy, Amy's an open book.
I am completely an open book. You can
I
literally
don't
ask me
see Amy
anything.
as someone hard to. It depends, though. I think when you've gone through a personal loss, which you have with
Yeah.
me before, you don't talk about that.
No.
But when it comes to your own mental health and being low, you're very open about
Yeah.
like, oh, I just feel like shit today. Like you're
Yeah.
you're real about it. But then you've got people like Ange who don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Which is why I said, Ange, I think yesterday on stream, you looked really tired. But that wasn't me saying that you looked bad or like trying to read you in a negative way. It was I saw it and I
Yeah.
noted it. And at some point I was going to ask, but I didn't want to bother you
Mhm.
yesterday. But I also think the day before that, I obviously don't know what happened with everything. I know one part of it, but I think you were just exhausted, to be honest. I think you had a
Yeah.
busy day. You were mentally, emotionally exhausted from the day before, and you were just trying to like build it up and feel better. And I'm
Yeah.
glad that you streamed because I know streaming makes you feel better.
Mhm.
But you did seem very tired yesterday.
I've started whenever anyone comes to me with um saying they're feeling a certain way, I've started asking, is there anything I can do to help, or do you need anything?
Yeah, you
Um,
said that to me earlier, which is
yeah,
appreciative.
and I
But I
think
also think
that's
it's appropriate to say no too to people.
yeah,
Like, if someone comes to you, I will let you finish. If someone comes to you and they're upset, if you don't have the energy to deal with
yeah.
that, then
It's yeah,
tell
yeah.
them in a kind way. If it's a friend,
They'll
be
understand.
kind to them, and they'll understand.
Yeah,
If it's not a friend, you can be a little bit more blunt.
yeah,
But I think when it comes to friend, it's like, you know what I mean, don't you? You get what I'm saying.
yeah,
I'm saying that, you can consent's important, but like that's not what this is about. Just know that you can say no.
yeah.
Finish what you're saying, Amy.
No, it's just saying that I think that's what I find super helpful when I'm feeling that way. When people ask me, is there anything I can do? It's them, instead of giving you sympathy, they're giving you the opportunity to maybe talk things through, or just whatever
Being like, what can
needs
I do to
doing.
help?
Yeah,
Like, can I make you feel better? Can I do this? Can I do that?
yeah.
Kind of situation. Um, if you hear beeping, it's my laptop charger chat. I
Oh, okay.
apologize.
I thought it was my laptop. And I was like,
No, it's mine. It's whenever I move my leg, it's just a funny charger.
yeah.
Um, wow, Jamie, what if I'm just getting old? Ha ha ha, JK. Shut up, Ranch. Yeah, exhaustion from things that I can't control can take a lot. Yeah, which is why I felt kind of partly responsible, I think, for your exhaustion. And I know part of it was me.
Yeah,
And so my part in it, I know you've already accepted my apology, but the part that I am responsible for, I apologize. Um, I'm never trying to drain somebody's energy.
no,
My partner has taught me that is there anything I can do helps a lot. Yeah, it does. This is why I appreciate Charlie so much because he's
yeah,
like, well, what can I do?
yeah,
And then yesterday, I didn't realize it at the time. I was like, why am I picking every game? He's like, because you're sad boy hours. Pick
yeah,
what you want to do. Um, yeah, from a real friend, you can take an even a somewhat harsh. I'm too tired to talk with you right now. Having a hard time. I'll get back. Yeah,
yeah,
and if the thing is, this is how you'll tell if they're genuine. If they're
yeah,
not genuine, they'll press you for
yeah,
information. And if they're a genuine person, they'll be like, I can respect that, and I will back off.
yeah.
Um, which is why, like, I think I'm very clear on where I stand when people
You
try and
are.
ask me what's
Yeah,
wrong. I'm like, I don't want to talk about it
yeah.
right now.
I
But
never
then
push
it's,
you.
for example, if we're sitting in a party playing FF, I might be in a mood and be like, I don't want to talk about it right now. But then if, within like an hour, I might open up. It really
Yeah,
just depends what's eating me.
yeah,
Something I struggle with is that when someone I care about is struggling, I want to be there however I can. But at the same time, I know that I can be intense. And out of fear that I'm being too pushy, I end up backing off instead to give the person space, even as I worry that giving space might make them think I don't care. I think with you, AJ, here I am, therapy.
it's
I'm
a
therapizing chat today.
it's a
Anybody want free therapy?
it's
I'm
a group
giving it.
therapy session. That's what we're here for.
Well, I think this is good. I think
Yeah.
chat opening up about certain things.
Hmm.
Please don't get too personal in chat. If you want to get too personal, you can DM me, but please don't put it in the chat. I don't want anyone to use it against you.
Yeah.
Um, but I think, I'm glad that you feel safe enough to say these things,
Yeah.
and talk about these things. And this is why I wanted to do this episode this week, because I feel like we need to take a pause sometimes and
Yeah.
talk about some real shit rather
Yeah.
than just like the fantasy world of games.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, AJ, I think your thing is you don't bother anyone.
No.
Shut up, Charlie.
We were
You can
being
always rely
nice
on my
about
partner.
you.
Yeah, no, this is Charlie's defense.
Yeah.
Well, not defense. This is his mechanism to dealing with
Yeah.
being complimented in a real way. He
Yeah.
makes jokes.
Yeah.
Therapized. But in a sense, AJ is like, not that you don't bother them. It's more like you don't talk to me in DMs privately at all, really. We've not really had like a full conversation. We do on call. We always talk, but you don't seem. You're too scared to reach out and I think talk to people because you feel like the minute you do, you're bothering them. But you need to understand if it's me and you're bothering me, I will tell you.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure Amy would do the same thing.
Yeah, if
If
I
you're
don't,
bothering us in a sense of if you're being too intense, I will say, hey, you're being a little bit too much for me right now. Can you just give it like
yeah,
a minute or whatever?
if
But
I
I've never had that from you.
if I don't have the social bandwidth, then I will tell you.
I think you can tell with a lot of people when they're not
Yeah,
socially able to deal with things,
yeah,
you know, you, if you know them well enough. But
yeah,
AJ, you should reach out more. That's advice I'll give you. I think you should reach out and talk to us more in DMs. I think you should feel comfortable enough to do so, especially
yeah,
considering you're literally my best friend. So I
yeah,
think that, me, you and Amy have been tight for about 5 years now. So
yeah.
I don't think you need to be too scared to message. Let's go catch Freya for my mum to walk out. I miss most of that. Absolutely no worries me.
Did you have to
It's
chase
okay.
her?
I was basically agreeing with what you said about saying that real friends will understand if you can be a bit
Yeah,
harsh with them and be like, I don't want to talk right now. I
yeah,
agreed with what you said.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I think I look back at the friendships I've made over the last couple of years. Um, and I don't try like please don't think if I'm your friend I'm trying to like I read you like a book, even though I do. I don't at the same time.
there's
Like I
no
don't sit there and think,
judgment.
here's my psychology brain. This is what's wrong with you. No, I'm sitting here as a
Yeah,
friend.
there's no judgment there.
Not to get too personal, but a change of environment also helps. Now that my environment is different, I've started to find more space focusing on me. Yeah,
Honestly,
yes.
my holiday last week was an absolute perfect reset button.
Your environment. Oh, here I go therapizing. Um, Not Ange, by the way, just in general.
Yeah,
Your setting and your environment is detrimental to your mental
yeah,
health. You can tell where you're at mentally by the
yeah,
state of your room.
yeah.
So if you don't have your own apartment, it'll be the state of your room.
Mhm.
If your room is messy, you are messy mentally. People don't realize this. People just think it's laziness. It's no, you're messy. Mentally, you're
Yeah.
messy. And like I found that when my because sometimes my apartment can get messy if I'm
Uh-huh.
in a low. Like right now, I can tell what needs to be cleaned up.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm not going to rush to do it. And then when you're sort of in an upward um drive, you'll start cleaning up a bit and you'll feel a
Yeah.
bit better and
Yeah.
things will start going back in their place because you're putting things in your place in your brain.
Yeah.
You can now put them in place in your room. But also, not just mess. I think people.
Yeah.
There is a lot of energy vampires in the world.
Yeah.
And there are people who will take and take and take and take, and you're like fucking drained. And then
Yeah.
you don't realize it until you get away from them, and you're like, wow, you took so much
Yeah.
of my energy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so glad that you're out of my
Yeah.
fucking life because you literally drained the
Yeah.
fuck out of me. And I think a lot of people don't see that, and they should.
Yeah.
Um, I sort of know what you're talking about, Ange, when your message, so I won't get into it. But I agree that where you're at now and who you're with is a way better environment for you.
Yeah.
And I think in that environment, you can thrive.
Oh, 100%.
Because no one there is going to hold you back or make you feel like you need to
No.
hold yourself back and not be you. So you're in the perfect place at this current time for you.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think it'll be the perfect place forever, but I think for now, it's great for
Yeah.
you. We need to teach you to keep your apartment clean and kick your butt. My absolute favorite of occupational therapist last spring.
Wow.
What? We need to teach you to keep your apartment clean and kick your butt? No, you don't. You need to find me some less stressful ways to live and exist
Yeah.
because I literally do not have spoons. What the fuck? This is the second therapist that I've been told about today that I don't like.
I've had 5.
If your therapist is not teaching you mechanisms to help or even helping you in the slightest, you probably need to get rid and move on
Yeah.
to somebody else. But I know that can be hard because then you have to tell someone everything all over
Yep.
again and you have to relive it all over again.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I can imagine that didn't go well.
No.
Um,
That's
Man, I
never going to
fucking
go well.
hate. I hate some of these people you guys are
Yeah.
telling me about. I shouldn't really use that word, but I do. I hate them.
Yeah.
Um, Next question, Amy.
Oh, there are questions.
I should hope so, or at least anything you could think of.
um, so what do both sides of the spectrum feel like to you? Like in your personal experience?
What the highs and the
Yeah.
lows?
And which feels worse to you?
I mean, you could have lows, and then you have your bipolar lows, and then
Yeah.
you've got your highs. You have your bipolar highs.
Yeah.
The highs feel great. It's like you're floating on cloud nine,
Yeah.
and you have so much energy to burn, so everything just feels
Yeah.
beautiful. Like, how do I explain it from me
Is that
personally?
is
Like
that
the
like the
other
time
day,
when we were first like getting to know each other and you said, "Oh, I'm going to bed. It's 5 o'clock in the morning," and then you record an entire album?
yeah. So about that, I can be so manic with my music.
Uh-huh.
I don't think everybody in the chat knows that I do music, but a surprise. I think I've recorded a lot. Do you know what? I've actually really wanted to write an album about bipolar.
I think that would be a really interesting album.
And I was,
And I think just to hammer the topic in, you have to alternate the songs. You have to
what, from
alternate the
high to
extremes.
low?
Yeah.
But then I'm kind of feeding into the stigma, aren't I, if I do that? That
True,
we just mood
true.
swing all the time. But yeah, when I'm high, that's what I mean. I can sit there and record like an entire album.
Yeah.
Or like, I say an entire album, but probably just like 5 or 6 songs that
Still,
I've already got
that's a
the
lot.
tracks done for.
That's a
But
lot.
that's a lot, and that's too much for a person to be doing at like 5 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning to
Yeah, it
like six
is.
o'clock at night. That's 12 hours. That's too much. But
As
that's what a high is. You've got a
yeah,
lot of energy to burn, but then the
yeah.
crash out happens and you end up in the low. But each low is worse for me. I think each low gets worse, and I
Do
think the current
they
low I'm at is worse than my last one.
do they immediately follow each other, or do you get some like level
No,
headedness in
they
between?
immediately follow. Like that's the thing about the manic side of it is like, because if you don't find a way to navigate it, you end up in psychosis, and that's a
Yeah,
completely different level.
yeah,
And that's how I ended up knowing I was bipolar because I went through
yeah,
psychosis. Now, for those who don't know what I mean when I say psychosis, I mean like you've got manic low, manic
yeah,
high, and then you've got red alert. We're in psychosis. We need
yeah,
to be treated and locked away. When I say locked away, I don't mean thrown in a padded room. I mean taken into a place of care
yeah,
and looked after like you're a baby.
yeah,
Given lithium to work your moods out and then
yeah,
finally get back to where you need to be. Um, but I think a high high is always followed by a low low.
yeah,
With me personally, I can't speak for everybody, but my personal experience is it's usually a high high and then it'll go super low.
yeah,
And then once they've weaved their way out, I'll be in the middle and I'll go up and down until I get to my next
yeah,
peak. Um, I peak quickly. So, like I've not been this low for a while though,
yeah.
because I've managed to try and like work out my mood. Um, Hang on, let me read chat. I'm hoping that my vacation in October will give me that mental reset to get my room clean, because I will openly admit that it's a mess, and you saying that it means I'm mentally messy makes sense. Well, you're in a very intense household, personally, AJ, without
Yeah,
saying too much. I think you're not in a good space for you. You need your own space. You need to move out, and be your own person. I think you're in a place where you can't be yourself right
yeah,
now. And I'm sure your family are great people, but I think you need to get out and
yeah,
get that space.
yeah,
Um, I couldn't live with anyone that's my family ever again. I just can't. I'm in a like I like being in my own space because I get to
yeah,
choose who comes into it.
yeah.
When you're living in a family home, you don't get to choose who comes and go, really. You
No.
don't. Um, I eventually had to tell her to get the hell out of my apartment after 4 months of that kick in your butt mentality, and even then she sat 30 minutes longer on my couch argue. No therapist should ever argue with you.
No.
Why is your therapist arguing with you? What's going on over there? That's really not normal.
No, that's not normal at all.
If I argued with any of my patients, I would be immediately fired. But I don't know because obviously you're in a different country. I don't know what the rules are there. But at least from where I'm at, that's really inappropriate.
Yeah.
I really dislike coach aggressive therapy. Yeah, I don't understand it. Um, it's different if like the thing is when you go to a therapist, you're there for therapy, right?
Yeah.
If you wanted someone that was aggressive with you and was being, you get a life
Yeah.
coach. That's what a life coach is for.
Yeah.
That's what a fitness instructor is for.
Yeah.
Your therapist is not a fitness instructor, bro. They're
No.
not here to teach your mind to do acrobatics, okay?
No.
They're here to try and teach you to cope with your life,
Yeah.
find coping mechanisms, and hopefully get to the bottom of your issues and
Yeah.
help you build from the bottom to the top. That's their job. It's like cleaning out a dusty house and rebuilding it from scratch to a beautiful mansion is the best way I can explain it. But if someone is arguing with you and telling you I'm right, you're wrong, that's not a
No.
therapist. Like I said earlier, no therapist should ever tell you
No.
what you need to do. Unless you ask them, what do I do?
Yeah.
That's different. But they shouldn't start with, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to make this
No.
checklist. Like that's because she's an occupational therapist. Sorry. And her idea of me and my autism was that I just need to be kicked in the butt. And what?
Yeah, I would have done
I'm
exactly the
highlighting this a
same.
second. Her idea of me and my autism was that I just need to be kicked in the butt. And I had enough of being 5 seconds away from. Oh God, I'm not trying to copy and paste the entire
That
chat.
should not happen, especially not in your own home. Your own home needs to be your safe space.
I'm still sorry. I'm still sat on her idea of me and my autism was that I need to be kicked in the.
Yeah.
Can we talk about autism for a second? I think that's something we should talk about. I know it's a bipolar thing, but can we talk about
Yeah.
that for a
Yeah.
second? There is so much stigma around autism, and people think that people who are autistic can't look after themselves and they can't cope with themselves, and that they're all non-verbal and can't educate themselves. When people hear autism, they freak out.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, that person can't look after themselves. They're going to need care in their life. That's not fucking true.
No.
Now, listen, there are obviously a huge number of people that are autistic who are non-verbal who
Yeah.
will need care all their life. But that's just a number of them. There's still
Yeah.
a number of people. There's so many intelligent autistic people. I cannot for the life of me tell you that there is so many.
Some of the most
And
intelligent people are very much
or
autistic.
Yes. By the way, realistic chat, we're all on the spectrum. All of us.
100%.
And I know that there's people that are woke on Instagram and being like, there isn't a spectrum, it's bullshit. No, there is.
There is.
There's a spectrum for everything.
Yeah.
We're all on a spectrum of everything.
Yeah.
There's a spectrum for being gay, bro. Like, why do you think we've got straight, gay, bi, lesbian? Like,
Yeah.
why do you think we've got a fucking umbrella there? Because there's a spectrum, there's a line.
Yeah.
And you teeter on one edge or you're at one end or the other end. It's like a fucking, you get what I'm saying. It's like a scale. However, for the people in my life I've known that have autism, those that share it with me, there's some people who I know that they are, but they've not shared it.
Yeah.
Amy knows what I'm hinting
Yeah.
but it's not my job to tell them that. But there's people I know that have it, and my twin sisters, one of my younger twin sisters has it, and she's going to need care all her life. But she's smart enough at the moment, and she's now talking. She's just turned, I think, 5, and she's talking, and she's now forming sentences. And people seem to think that they can't be taught, but they can.
They can, yeah.
And I really hate when people think that autistic people are just stupid people. It pisses me off. Oh my God,
same.
Like, anyway, I was saying, I had a best friend a long time ago. We're not friends anymore, but they were autistic, and their fascination was How I Met Your Mother.
I love that show.
And a lot of people with autism will have a fascination with one thing.
Yeah.
And that's their thing. And don't ever fucking talk. Don't, and I'm telling you, I don't ever fucking talk negatively about someone's favorite thing when they're,
Yeah,
even if they're not
no.
autistic in general, but specifically for autistic people who have complex understanding of
Yeah.
feelings, but not all of them do, but some people do. Please don't talk shit on their favorite thing.
No.
That's really, really disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, but his favorite thing was How I Met Your Mother, but he was really brainy for science.
Yeah.
And he was like high on the spectrum and he was brilliant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then there's people I know now that have it who I think are brilliant and have their
Yeah.
own niche ways of things. Um, but never, if you're autistic, never let someone make you feel less than what you are just
Yeah.
because you're. And if you do struggle with understanding an emotion, talk to someone about
Yeah.
it and let them see if they can help you.
Yeah.
For example, I won't say who this person is because I don't think it's right to name them or out them if they're not comfortable. They're also not here. But someone I know, I've clashed with a lot, um, who is openly autistic. Um, but when we sat down and had a conversation about miscommunication, we were instantly fine. And I
Yeah.
think that's all they need is
Yeah.
to be told where you stand instead of you have a bit of an argument and then you're putting up like things on social
Yeah.
media, but that it's not aimed at them, but they think that it is
Yeah.
because they're still reading that situation
Yeah.
as negative. You you need to have that
You
communication with
do.
them. And I think it's really key to tell them where they stand.
Yeah.
And I let that slip. Not intentionally,
Yeah.
but I should have clarified better
Yeah.
because we'd had an argument and then moved on from the argument far too quickly.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't really an argument, it was a bit of a, it doesn't matter. I know at least two of you will know who I'm talking about,
Yeah.
but, oh, actually, maybe a few of you. But point is, doesn't matter. Just communicate with
Yeah.
them. Talk to them. Let them know where you stand, and I've learned that now.
Yeah.
I knew that before, but I've learned that with people that
Yeah.
I genuinely care about, I need to be a bit more. Let me read chat.
Can I just say that one of my favorite things is listening to people talk about their hyperfixations, because
Oh yeah, I love that.
I love it when someone is so passionate about something, that they know so much information about it, and even if it's not a topic that I know anything about, I will listen
To
to you
learn.
talk because I find it fascinating how just people like hyperfixate and how I want to
Yeah.
know about your interests.
It's very important, I
Yeah.
think, to I hate it when someone is opening up about their interest and you like say there's two people, you're sat with someone and you're taking it in and the other person's just looking at their phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, this person's being real with you.
Yeah.
Listen to them. It's like, for example, and by the way, this is not me saying anything next about Amy's boyfriend or saying that he's autistic in any way. I'm saying that with Tom, he's a shy person
Yeah.
and I got him talking more than I think
You
anyone else
did.
has.
You did.
Because he has specific things that he likes to talk about.
Yeah.
And when we talk about them, he lights up, and
He
it's nice to
does.
see
It's
him be
great.
animated and talk.
Yeah.
Um, and I just want to clarify again, chat. I'm not saying Tom is autistic. I'm not even remotely talking about autism and him as think of them as separate entities. I'm not putting two and two together. I'm going off of Amy's subject
Yeah.
of people's hyperfixations. You don't have to be autistic to be hyperfixated
Yeah.
on something. You can just be, non-autistic, I guess.
I took
Um,
him to a cat cafe for his birthday this year,
and he loved
and
it. He loves cats, right?
I have never seen him so happy.
But this is the thing. And like talk to even though most of our conversation was Final Fantasy based, anything that we talked about that wasn't Final Fantasy, he went into a shell.
Yeah.
And then when we talked about Final Fantasy or other things that he was interested in, he was animated and
Yeah.
it was really nice to see him actually speak and come
Yeah.
out of his shell. And when we play Baldur's Gate, he's always got something to
Yeah.
say. So even though we didn't get to finish our playthrough at
Yeah.
all, right, I need to read chat because there's a lot that's been said.
Yeah.
I've been questioning for years if I have like autism or ADHD or both. I would definitely say you might have a form of ADHD. But there's also a stigma around ADHD where people seem to
Yeah.
think if you've got ADHD, you can't stay still. That's not entirely true.
No.
You can stay still and your brain's working like a
Yeah.
million miles a minute.
Yeah.
You can tell that they're thinking about a million different
Yeah.
things. That's ADHD, not someone who sat there and then because it's people who are like, oh, I always do this and I have to move and I have to be moving. I'm like ADHD. I'm like, no, you're not.
No.
You're not.
You can tell immediately when you
You just
talk to
can't stay
someone
still.
if they can't
ADHD is like, go on.
if they can't stay on a conversation topic.
Yeah, exactly. They switch very quickly.
Yeah.
Or like they're sitting there and they're quiet, but you can see like the eyes are moving
Yeah.
and they're like thinking, and there's like
Yeah.
a million things going on in their head. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's ADHD.
Yeah.
And that's also another stigma that people need to really chill out on.
Yes, it is.
Um,
I just think we
but
should
yeah, I
embrace people's differences because these aren't things that
oh
are
my God,
necessarily...
equality. Imagine that.
I know. It's not something that's
Diversity, equality, that doesn't
I don't
fucking
want to
exist
use
in
the
this day and
word
age.
wrong with someone. It's there's nothing wrong. They're just different people.
We should embrace people's mental illnesses and
Yeah.
their specialties,
Yeah.
is how I see it. I think someone who's autistic isn't mentally ill. I think
Yeah.
they're their own kind of light. I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to say special because I know that's used in a negative way. But like that's how I see them, but not
Yeah.
special in a negative way. Do you get what I'm saying, chat? Like I'm
I
not
do.
being
I
negative about
really
it. I mean
do.
that they're unique,
Yeah.
but even that feels wrong to say. They're just I don't know. I love autistic people personally.
I just think it gets such a negative there's such a stigma attached to it, and I don't like it because
one of go on.
like you have some of the most fascinating conversations,
Oh, you do
and
for sure.
yeah, and I think it's great.
But they're also trying to learn life
Yeah.
and to navigate it, even if they're 20, 25, 30,
Yeah.
35, doesn't matter. They don't always have a grip on life, and that's what we're here to help them
Yeah.
with. Let me just catch up on chat. Yeah, one of my favorite things is science articles and learning something new from science literature. I love that for you.
Oh, I love science articles.
If you find anything interesting, tell us about it.
Please do.
We'll talk about it.
Please do.
Communication is so important. I think some people out there who have very important positions need to learn to communicate and
Yeah.
listen. They do. And that's why not everyone who says they're a therapist means that they're good at their job.
No.
I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think I'm brilliant at my
Oh, you're
job.
great at your job.
I think I'm really good with my job and I'm really good with people
Yeah.
in that field.
Yeah.
And I think I'm someone who can help.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I can't be your guys' therapist because that's extremely inappropriate.
Yes.
Especially if we're close friends.
Yes.
I think some people out there who are very important. Oh, I read that. Oh my God, same, Amy. I love listening to people tell me about something I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
The first thing that me and Amy ever talked about, and we spoke for about 4 hours,
Yeah.
was Life is Strange
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
And I was hyper fixated on it. And
Yeah.
she sat there and she listened to everything I had to say, even though she was
Yeah.
tired, because she was interested in it. So I can back Amy up and saying that she does actually find it really
Oh
interesting.
no, I really do. I will listen to people talk about their interests as till the end of the world because I want to know.
Also accessibility. I've angered so many people just in the past 10 days by talking about accessibility. Why? People shouldn't be angry with that.
No, not at all.
The ADHD brain, I know it well. Different people that are being forced into a rigid system. Our system is too rigid. It is.
It is.
Everyone has to fit in a box. No one can be outside of
Yeah.
it. Otherwise, we all panic and something's wrong with the world.
Yeah.
Not this summer. I've been way too busy. I have, however, been diving into a lot of accessibility issues. Most recently, the rigid public transport schedules and their websites that are stuck for many disabled.
Yeah.
See, that is interesting to me. Public transport, the schedules, and how they deal with disabled people. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting to me. Here's the thing, really random. Back before I was working as a therapist, I was working in a health and beauty shop. I know, what a fucking place for Jamie to work. But I came home from work one day and I Googled bees for 3.5 hours.
I remember this story.
I read up on every
Yeah.
single type of bee that I
Yeah.
could think of on Wikipedia, and then I went to wasps. And then it was like 9 o'clock when I got home, and it was 12:30 when I was like, and I'm still obsessed with bees. I love bees. On my Minecraft house, I have bees.
Yeah,
I
they're
love
adorable.
bees. If anyone wants to get me any kind of bee kind of gifts for my birthday, with my birthday spin, birthday next year for Christmas, I'm all open.
Hey, you
I
haven't
love
had your
bees.
birthday present from me yet.
No, I know. But I'm talking. I love bees. I fucking adore bees. Okay,
Okay, then you have
Bee
to play
Movie was
Bee
like my
Simulator.
favorite movie. I've been holding off on Bee Simulator because I feel like I might do it at Disney Dreamlight and be on it for like 60 hours, and I don't want to do that.
Okay, but I need a stream of that because I feel like it would just be Jamie nerding out, and I'm so here for that. You'll be like, I don't even care about viewership. I'm playing Bee Simulator.
I just love bees and roses. I think another thing that
Hmm.
people know about me is I love roses.
Yeah,
Red roses, black roses, anything.
yeah,
I'm obsessed with roses.
yeah.
And I think we should celebrate people's fixations. I don't think we should.
I have some very weird ones. I have watched basically every documentary on climbing Mount Everest and mountains. Really like mountains and
You know what we
volcanoes.
should play? You know what we should play?
What?
Peak.
Yes.
I don't know if you'll be able to get it.
I
Hopefully you
will I will
can.
have a look because
But Peak is a game about climbing mountains.
yes.
And actually, it's quite a funny game. It looks cute. I might try and get Ange and some others to play it at some
Oh
point.
my god, yes,
Hopefully it's
please.
not too expensive. But Peak is like, it
Yeah.
will be a PC-based game though, unless Ange doesn't want to play it. But I love Peak. Um, because a lot of people think that you cannot expect the world to be accessible, and if you're disabled, challenged, unable to do something that other people take for granted, you should just suffer and struggle. Yeah,
Oh,
that's the problem with society
I have a
today.
story
Um,
related to that. On our way back from holiday, it was me and Lou stood in a queue. We were stood in the priority queue and we had not paid for priority. Um, and so this guy behind us was like, must have seen that we hadn't paid for priority, and he looked at us and he gave Lou like the dirtiest look, and then he actually like full on poked her. Um,
um,
and Lou was like, just go check with the people that we can stand in the priority line because of your disability. And I went and spoke to them. And they're like, yeah, no, that's fine. Um, and I knew it would be fine because had like the disability lanyard thing on.
well, you've got fibromyalgia. You can't be
Yeah,
expected to queue for ages. You've not got that kind
exactly,
of. What if you have an episode?
exactly.
What if
So
you have to sit down? Like,
yeah,
no. Hmm. That
and
annoys me.
so but the fact that he actually like physically touched Lou,
Poked her. That's assault, by the way.
yeah, and she looked at him like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
You're lucky I wasn't there, Amy.
Yeah, yeah,
I would have fucking hit him. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I don't agree with violence, but
If he'd have said something, Lou would have actually said like gone off at him.
we can establish our feelings without getting aggressive.
Hmm.
We don't need to resort to physical touch. I don't like being fucking touched.
No,
I hate it.
if you
Like,
think
go on.
if you think someone is standing in the wrong line, you just say, um, "This is the priority line. The normal line's over there." Say it politely.
Yeah. And you can be like, well, I have fibro, I have a
Yeah,
disability, so I'm allowed to be
yeah.
here.
I was
If that
literally
makes you uncomfortable, I
wearing.
apologize, but that's the rules. I'm allowed to be here.
Yeah, I was wearing flashcards that said I have fibromyalgia.
Yeah, well, the thing is, people don't see it as a real
No,
physical illness.
no.
They just don't. It is, but they
Yeah,
don't see it as one.
yeah.
Um, there's a book you might like, Amy, that is a story about mountain climbing. Can't remember what mountain though.
Ooh.
That's not very helpful, is it?
There's a really great documentary.
Enjoy your leg and enjoy
Yes.
your phone call.
There is a really great documentary on Netflix about this guy from Nepal who tries to beat the world record of how quickly you can climb the 14 highest mountains in the world.
Oh,
Um, the original record was 7 years. He did it in 6 months.
Jesus Christ!
It's an actually incredible documentary that I'm gonna like either stream to you at some point or send it to you because it's so good.
Okay.
And yeah.
I hate people sometimes relating to Lou being poked. Yeah,
Hmm.
I have this issue. I think it just stems from some childhood stuff, but I don't like being
No.
touched. People need to warn me if they're
Yeah.
going to touch me.
I always do now.
So if you want to hug me or give me a hug, you need to say, I'm going in for a
Yeah.
hug, or can I have a hug? Um, Apparently I give really good hugs. I
You
don't know, I
do.
can't hug myself.
You do.
Um, but the only person who does not give me a choice is Nat, who's like my adoptive
Yeah.
mom. She does not give me
Yeah.
a choice. But she does say, I'm coming in for a hug.
Yeah.
Or she'll hold her arms out and she'll kind of go from my vibe from there.
Yeah.
Um, it's called The Alps, apparently, the book that she's talking
Ooh.
about. People also cannot read, like, take time to, exactly.
Yeah.
People, they don't want to. They
Yeah.
want to be right. So if they read something that isn't the part of their
Yeah.
ideology, they don't care.
Like,
That's
especially,
the problem with people.
I was in an airport, and you know the sunflower lanyards.
Yes.
They're like a universally accepted sign of I have a hidden disability.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the airport was amazing with it, and I got to like skip through security and stuff because I can't stand in a queue. I'll walk, but I can't stand
Does
in a queue.
Lou skip with you, or
Yes.
does she stay in the queue? Oh, okay.
She's allowed to come with
Is
me.
it because she's looking
Yeah.
after you,
Yeah.
basically? Okay.
It's in case I like just randomly my ankle gives way or something.
Yeah, and you just fall.
Yeah. Because you know that happens because hypermobility.
Well, yeah. I know it. That doesn't mean the public do.
No.
Any more questions?
Oh. We were on such
We
a
still have an
tangent.
hour left, so I bloody hope so.
I don't have many left.
Okay.
I did have about 15. Does your work ever trigger you to go into a high or a low?
Welcome back, Ange.
Welcome back.
Does my work ever trigger me if I go into higher or low?
Yeah. Like, do things ever happen at work that kind of push your mood over the edge?
No. Only because when I'm at work, I'm grounded. So, like,
How do you detach
I'm aware.
that?
What?
How do you detach yourself from that?
How do I detach myself from work?
Yeah.
It took a long time to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, the old saying, leave your luggage at the door.
Yeah.
So when I walk out of work, I leave everything that's gone on in work there.
Yeah.
So I leave an imaginary box with all my shit in it
Yeah.
at the door. And I walk out, I'm like, okay, this is where I get to be me now.
Yeah.
Then I think the only time there's an exception is if there's a death. And
Yeah.
if it happens on the ward or if it happens from a patient at home who's an outpatient, that's really hard to blur the line with because it's, even though I don't know them, there's a personal connection there.
I get that.
But for the longest time, I really struggled with leaving my shit at work, and it would come back and it would haunt me. And I can't allow that to take over my life because I'm already dealing with so much outside of work. Like if I took that with me everywhere I go, I don't think I could be able to stand up because there's just so much that goes on.
Yeah.
It's a really, really useful skill to learn, but incredibly hard to stick to.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when I leave my home, and if I'm going into work, I'm like, I leave my personal shit at the door.
Yeah.
So I've had a fight with Charlie. I'm fucking pissed off with him. This has never happened. This is just an example.
Yeah.
Or we break up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I leave it at the door. I go into work. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So now when I'm working at home, it's once I sign out of that email, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't think about it. You've seen it though. You sat there in the car and seen that I've had no emails, and then I've literally logged back in 2 minutes later, and I've had like 75.
Yeah.
Like it's just crazy, like the amount of emails that I
will
get.
forever remember the 33 voicemails.
I still to this day, can't believe. So, for those who don't know, in chat, I was in Amy's car, and I think I'd been in your car for about 10 minutes or
Yep.
less.
Yep.
And I looked at my phone to 33 missed calls
Yep.
from work. And I was like, Amy, I was like, do you see this?
Uh-huh.
This is what I deal with.
Yep.
And I'm just like, and then I'll get like, was it voicemails as well? Whatever it was. It was a lot. All right,
Yeah.
it was a lot.
Yeah.
Was it missed calls or voicemails? Was it voicemails?
I feel like there
I think
were
it
a
was
lot of,
voicemails,
yeah,
wasn't
it
it?
was voicemails. There were a lot of them.
Yeah, there was like 33 of
Yeah.
them, but I just got them all within the like that 10 minutes of
Yeah.
being,
Yeah.
and I was off work for the week. So
Yeah.
like I don't, yeah, no, it's and he's like, "Pff." It can get worse than that though. It can like triple that
Yeah.
depending on what. Literally the other week I was raiding,
Oh no.
and I was my week off,
Yeah.
and I literally had to answer the phone to work and go,
Oh
"Can you
my
fuck
god.
off?" And I put the phone down. I didn't quite say, "Can you fuck off?" because I get fired.
Well,
I was just
yes.
like, I'm on my break. There is an on-call manager.
Yep.
Please
Yep.
contact them.
Yep.
Unless it is life and death, please do not ask me to come into
Yeah.
work. Please do not call this phone. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I never got another phone call since. So, oh, half of my mother's side of my family is psychiatric field of work. I know. Oh, so they get it, right? So you
Yeah.
understand. um, yeah, it's definitely a time working in a psychiatric unit. It's definitely interesting. You
Yeah.
get some really interesting characters come in.
My dad had to work in a psychiatric unit for a while. He had to go to different hospitals and install computer systems.
Hmm.
And apparently, yeah, it was like some of them were quite high security. Like you had to leave everything. Like
Oh
your
yeah, if you come
yeah,
into our ward and you're like repairing a computer or
yeah.
you're bringing something in, you have to leave your phone
Mhm.
and everything at the office. Um, Most of our confidential stuff is locked and hidden
Yeah.
away. Um, you cannot go around unattended. You have to
Yeah.
always have a chaperone with you
Yeah.
because you've walked into a ward of vulnerable patients.
Yeah.
So we don't know who you are. You can say you're working for a company, but you could
How do
be
we
anyone.
confirm that? Yeah.
Yeah, and even if we confirm it, you could still give the
Oh,
wrong
yeah.
impression. You're not allowed to speak to the
No.
patients as a key rule.
No.
And you're not allowed to interrupt any of the staff that are
No.
working for questions about the toilet. You've got to look for the signs.
Yeah.
It's very, very locked down in my
Oh, yeah.
place. But it's the same as, for example, Nat's boyfriend Steve. He does aircon. He installs
Yeah.
air conditioning,
Yeah.
and he's gone into like some of the top government places in the
Yeah.
UK, and they've like had to black out all their screens
Yeah.
and turn the stuff around and hide it all because
Yeah.
it's like databases of like the sex
Yeah.
offenders register and stuff and everything like
Yeah.
that. So they've had to separate the workers from that
Yeah.
information because people could take that
Oh,
information and
yeah.
use it. So
Yeah.
same with walking into a psychiatric unit.
Yeah. I also have to deal with quite vulnerable people at my job because I deal with
I
social
would think so.
housing.
Uh-huh.
And some people are like they have very severe mental health conditions, and it's yeah, I completely get what it is like to work with like the vulnerable people.
Yeah, I mean, we're two different areas,
Yeah.
but also, am I coming through your laptop or something? Because I think I can hear me echoing on your end occasionally.
Um,
So I
I
don't
don't know.
I don't know if chat's heard it, but I've heard my voice come through double sometimes.
Oh,
Um,
I have
I don't
no
know what
idea
that is.
why. 'Cause
How many more questions have you got left?
probably not many. We've gone very into it. So I've got 2 questions left.
Okay.
They're quite broad questions.
Okay.
What is something that not very many people know about bipolar?
how to deal with it.
I mean, yeah.
Um, if you mean like bipolar itself, I think all that information's out there for you to read, but I think
Yeah.
people need to realize it's a case by case basis. Every person is
Yeah.
different. Maybe it's just my end chat. I appreciate you guys telling me you hadn't heard it. It could just be my headset. It does echo back sometimes. So it could just be my end. Um, can you ask the question again? I got distracted.
Yeah. Uh, what is something that not very many people know about bipolar?
Right. Yeah, they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Um, it's very poorly handled by friends and
Yeah.
family and partners and even people, not people that are trained in it or psychiatric
Yeah.
units, but I'm speaking specifically about the people that know you. And in general, I don't think there's enough information out there
No.
on how to handle it as someone who is close with the
Yeah.
person that's got it. So there isn't enough information. For example, how does a best friend deal with a best friend that has bipolar? How does
Yeah.
a brother or a sister or a mother or like a cousin or anyone
Yeah.
you're close to? There's not enough information out there, I
No.
think, for people on how they handle it. There's like very limited like guidelines
Yeah.
on like Google WikiHows on how to handle it,
Yeah.
but there's not like enough information.
No.
Um,
I guess.
Charlie has done his own research. I
Yeah.
think he did, he's trying to work with it.
Yeah.
It's not it's I will say being in a relationship with someone who has it, it's difficult to
Yeah.
do. It's incredibly difficult to deal with because you don't know
Yeah.
where they're at 1 minute to the next. And not in terms of mood swings, just like there's sometimes we are very hard to read sometimes. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why I'm quite blunt and open with people because I want people to
Yeah.
know where they stand. But there's a lot of you can't read what we're
Yeah.
thinking
I feel like you should
unless
just
we
have
say
one
it.
of those mood badges that's on like a sliding scale, and you can just slide it as to where your mood is, so people know not to approach you on a certain day.
I think
That was a
I
joke.
always say this to people, if I mean something to you, go and do your own
Yeah.
research about it.
Yeah.
So like you, AJ, I know
Yeah.
Charlie has, and if she feels like it, people that really are close with me that know me, go do
Yeah.
your own
Oh,
research
I
on how to
have. I
handle it
have.
because I think there are days where I will just say something completely horrendous, like, and not even realize what the
Yeah.
ramifications of what I've said is.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and then sometimes I think people are scared to like reach out to me because I can be quite intimidating when I'm in
Yeah.
like a mood.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to better that.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to let people know that they can approach me and they can
Yeah.
criticize me in a constructive way
Yeah.
and they can say, you did this, it hurt me, etc.
Yeah.
For example, when Anne reached out the other day to explain a situation to me, she did it in a very, really good way
Yeah.
where she was like, this is what you did.
Yeah.
This is where I stand.
Yeah.
This is how we're feeling, and this is probably what you need to do, or like
Yeah.
what I need to do in the future to like protect myself.
Yeah.
And I read it and I was like, that was a brilliant way to approach me. There was no fear, there was
No.
no holding back. Ange was just like, this is exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
And she was like, basically, it was in my court at that point. Do
Yeah.
I take on board what she said
Yeah.
and realize what my actions were, or do I be a complete dick and be like, I'm still right? Like, no.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think people need to do that more and know that you can reach out to me in a
Yeah.
constructive way that isn't like hurtful.
Yeah.
Um, and just be honest about
Yeah.
like if I've hurt you, tell me.
Yeah.
I need to know these things because if you just
Yeah.
don't want to reach out because you're scared of my reaction, then it doesn't get
Yeah.
resolved.
No, that makes complete sense. I guess another part of that question is, what are the common misconceptions about bipolar that people have?
I think we've touched on quite a bit of that though.
I think we have, but
Um,
I think there are.
what's something you've heard about bipolar that you're not sure if is true or not?
So, I know that bipolar used to be shown in media as more split personality.
Yeah.
And I think learning that that's actually a completely separate thing, and that some things just overlap, I think that was a major one. And I think it was just represented really badly.
Well, here's some that we haven't discussed,
Yeah.
right? Um, People get told that everybody's got a mild bipolar, or you might not have heard that, but it does get
Yeah.
talked about where everyone's got mild bipolar. You do not.
No.
That's a myth. That's not true.
Yeah.
Um, there's a misconception that people with bipolar are inherently violent, and that's also not true.
There's
In
also there
fact,
for BPD.
there's more violence in schizophrenic patients
Yeah.
than there is in bipolar
Yeah.
patients.
That
But
one.
again, they're both quite misconcepted in the
Yeah.
sense of it's just because they have it, they're not a violent
Yeah.
person. Um,
I've
but that's
also
something that, go on.
I've also heard that the one that BPD and bipolar are basically the same thing.
But they're
They
not.
are not.
They're completely different things.
Yeah.
Um, one is mood based, one
Yeah.
is personality based. They're
They
two different
have.
things.
There's a lot of overlap.
There's some similarities, but not.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that get diagnosed with bipolar that are actually
Yeah.
BPD. They're
Yeah.
not bipolar, they're borderline
Yeah.
personality disorder. Um, these statements are making me say, "What's somebody diagnosed?"
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you know that.
But I know that BPD has the stigma of people looking at it as automatically violent.
Um, there's again, like I said before, there's the conception that bipolar is just mood swings, which it isn't.
No.
There's a myth that people think that mania is fun.
Also, no.
And being manic can be very productive. And even though you can be productive when you're manic, you're not really trying to
No.
be. That's also a very, very big misconception. Can't get my words out. And then I think another one is when people say bipolar is rare. It's not.
No.
It's not a rare thing.
No.
People seem to think that bipolar is like a rare. Like when people, oh, you've got bipolar, that's rare. It's not though.
No.
It's a very common,
Yeah.
undertreated,
Yeah.
mental illness.
Yeah, I think I think it just gets people mistake it for something else. I think with the fact that I don't know what your experience with GPs was, but mine, I had to fight for a referral. My GP said the words, "Do you want this on your record?"
So, okay, so I think misdiagnosis happens. It does happen very often. People do get misdiagnosed with bipolar a lot when they don't have it, and then people get misdiagnosed when they do have it with something else. But it's a step-by-step basis. You have to eliminate the other disorders to finally arrive on the one that is the answer. And because BPD and bipolar do have similarities, it's not uncommon to be diagnosed with one but actually have the other.
Yeah.
So the reason why GPs are hesitant to, and in a way I have to defend them, but in a way I understand the frustration. They're hesitant to put stuff like that on your record or put you forward for things like that because it can be life-changing. And if they're not sure you have it, they don't want to waste your time.
Yeah.
But you have to remember that once that's on your record, that's it.
Yeah.
It's there for life.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want it on their record because they want to
Yeah.
join the army. If you can't join the army with any kind of mental illness,
God, no.
you know, which I think I understand it in some, but not every area in the army deals with guns. So I don't think the army should completely shut everybody out. I think that's actually quite discriminationary, to be honest. It's discrimination at that point.
Yeah.
Like you can go to the army and you tell them, even if you tell them you're depressed or you've had depression on your record, you just don't get in.
Yeah.
They don't want to have you in, and I think that's really stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, so GPs, it was hard for I think it was hard for me because I was 14.
Yeah.
And they don't really want to slap bipolar on a 14-year-old. Nobody wants to put that on a 14-year-old because that's quite a big stigma and name to have attached to a teenager. But I have to defend them in that way that it's hard to get referrals because there's just not enough
No.
resources, Amy. There's not
Yeah.
enough. If you join in the UK, at least, if you join, for example, something. Oh, actually, should I say that? No, that might dox me. I nearly said it, but I didn't. If you join specific programs in a
Yeah.
a waiting queue, you're waiting between 6 months
Yeah.
to a year,
Yeah.
sometimes 2 years. Like, if I could show you, if I logged into my work portal and I showed
Mm-hmm.
you the waiting list of the people that I have waiting to be
Uh-huh.
seen, do you want me to tell you how many people are on the list? I can give you a number right now.
I'm gonna say a couple of hundred.
Tell you what, chat and people are around, guess a number. I'm gonna log in now and I'm gonna tell you.
238.
You think 238? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
And said 10,000.
If anybody else wants to guess now. I'm gonna pull the number up right now.
We're guessing how many people are on the waiting list for a referral to Jamie's work.
The referral to my work specifically.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got the number in front of me. So you said 238.
Yeah.
Anne said 10,000. You thinks 500. Alice thinks 620.
AJ thinks
AJ
800.
thinks 800.
Did I lowball
It
it?
is. You're incredibly low.
Oh my god.
You and Alice are both incredibly. Like, you, Alice, and AJ are incredibly low.
Oh
Ange
my
was close,
god.
but not super close. Mew was not close. The actual number that I have on a waiting list right now is 6,759 people.
Jesus Christ.
6,759
Oh
people. Let me
god.
just type that. 6,000. Yes, oh, fucking hell. 769 people. That's 69. Yeah, there we go. That's how many people are on my waiting
Oh
list
my
currently.
god.
And do you know how many we let in a year?
I don't know.
5.
Oh my god.
5 per worker in the place. It's more than 5, but it's 5 each.
Oh my god.
So about 20 to 25 people get on our program a year.
Yeah.
There is people on that program who will never get help from us.
Oh my god.
That's just one waiting list for my
Yep.
work. Now imagine that across the UK.
Yeah. It's completely
And that's
insane.
because we have a free healthcare system.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's
Yeah.
fucked. And even though it's great for some things, because we can't be completely ungrateful, it's great for like
Yeah.
surgeries and stuff we don't have to pay for.
Yeah.
It's the waiting list that we have to sacrifice.
Yeah, it's the I always say that it's really good. Like GPs are incredibly good for if you have like just a situational illness or injury and they can just give you something and it's going to go away. Or refer you to surgery and refer you to hospital. All good.
One other fun guessing game.
Oh my god, yeah. But as soon as you need to see a specialist, that's when the NHS struggles.
How many people, all right? And by the way, this isn't to poke fun at my work or anything. I'm just curious what people think. How many people do you think I'm currently responsible for? Even though I run the entire ward, I mean patients that I'm solely responsible for. Out of the people we have in my work, how many people do you think I'm responsible for?
Are
Just
we
guess a
talking the
number.
whole ward?
Yes.
Okay. 186.
We'd be fucking lucky if we could fit that many people in, Amy. Jesus Christ. The waiting list would be so much easier if there wasn't that many. I'm just hoping less than I can guarantee that it is. I'll tell you what, I'll help you out. It's under 50.
48.
You think 48, okay. AJ thinks 35. Ange also says 35. Me says 40. So you said 48, right, Amy?
Yeah.
So Mew and Amy were the closest. I'm responsible for 47
Oh
patients.
my god.
47, which means every single day I get a report on each 47. Well, 47 reports on each person.
Oh Jesus.
I have to respond to every single email
Mm-hmm.
So that's 47 emails a day.
Yep.
Sometimes there's more than that, but this is like at the end of the day, like
Yeah.
what they ate, what they did in therapy, what the like how their medication's going, if they're
Yeah.
refusing to take it, if they've had to been taken to a timeout, if they've had to be moved to a secure unit,
Yeah.
etc. 47.
Yep.
That is far too many people for one
Yes,
person
it
to be
is.
responsible for. But luckily, I'm not giving therapy to all of them. So,
Yeah, that's good. Because that.
I would say each day there's only 5 patients that I get a good report on, and then the other 43, 42, sorry, are not good.
Oh no,
Um,
that
that's
sounds.
just our ward though. There's many different wards in the
Yeah,
place that I work.
that sounds
Um,
incredibly stressful.
we can take on in our ward only 80 people.
Yeah.
Um, depending on how many workers we have.
Yeah.
That's why the list is so long, but we can only take 20 a year in
Yeah.
total. 5 each, so
Yeah.
20 a year.
It's insane.
There's only 4 of us on that ward.
Yeah.
Plus
Jesus.
other staff that come in, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, therapist wise, and then we have obviously the nurses that deal with the
Yeah.
medication, and but that all that shit doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Um, but that's just the healthcare system in the UK. That's just
Yeah.
my place. I
Yeah.
mean, I could imagine. I mean, I'm hoping other places the list is low, but where I'm at, the area I'm at, is
Yeah.
such a health crisis right now for mental health.
Yeah.
Um, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Just for me alone as a person, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you may think, oh, so you work at this place. If you ever needed a crisis team, would I be seen right away? Absolutely fucking not.
No.
I tried to sign up for a different therapy service than the one that I'm using last year, and the waiting time for me, even
Mm-hmm.
though they asked what like where I worked,
Yeah.
is a year and a half.
Yep.
So even people like me can't get help that quickly.
No. And I think
There's no
that's
privilege in the system,
no.
and there should be. I think for workers in the
Yeah.
system, we should be prioritized, especially if
Because
I'm working with the
yeah.
same patients.
Because um if you can't work, then that's a lot of people not getting the help that they
If I
need.
can't work, that 47 people, those 47
Yeah.
people, they're not getting any help from me.
Yeah.
They're then shoved to somebody else who don't know them.
Yeah.
Um, I can also say I've worked with criminals.
Mhm.
I've worked with, I'm gonna say ex-offenders because I don't want to say the word.
Yeah.
When I say ex-offenders, I think y'all know what I mean.
Yes.
I've worked with those. Um, and trust me, you need a lot of patience for that.
Yeah.
I called Amy really distraught one day, actually. I
Mhm.
think it was a couple of years ago now, because I got shoved with a bunch of them, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I was freaking out. I was like, this is not, I'm not qualified
Yeah.
for, like, I am, but I'm not. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I'm qualified to work with them, but I'm not really, that's not my
Mhm.
specialty.
Yeah.
And when you have to sit back and listen to the horrendous things that they've done, but you've got to have no
Mhm.
judgment, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean by leaving it at work. That's the kind of
Yeah.
shit that would eat me up if I left work and
Yeah.
I had to deal with it. But yeah, that was just a glimpse into my work life, I
Yeah.
guess.
I have one more
Um,
question.
yeah.
What would you like people to know about bipolar or therapy?
Okay. Bipolar? Leave us alone. No, I'm kidding. I mean, the same thing I said earlier, I think, is the only thing I can really say is be patient with us.
Yeah.
Um, know that we're trying,
Yeah.
really trying.
Yeah.
Um, please understand that we're not going from one mood to the other.
Yeah.
Um, really quickly. We're really trying to be better people.
Yeah.
Um,
But sometimes things are
under,
hard.
understand that we say things we don't mean,
Yeah.
and we lash out when we don't mean to, and just like I said, a lot of patience and understanding is the best thing I can say
Yeah.
about people with bipolar. And then therapy, if you think you need it, please do it.
Yeah.
But don't
I
be afraid to speak up and say if they offer you a therapy type that you don't want, tell them that's
yeah.
not what you want. A lot
Yeah.
of people don't, but you need to.
I still maintain that anyone can benefit from therapy.
Everyone can,
Yeah.
but not everybody needs it.
Yeah.
You know, there's definitely a priority there.
Oh yeah.
Um, I think in this day and age, therapy is so needed now.
Oh yeah.
Um, we're getting shoved with hate in our face every single day,
Mhm.
and I think we need someone to help us get through that.
Yeah.
And there just isn't enough people in the world to help
No.
us. Um, and understand that if you have any friends that are therapists, um, just praise them, man,
Mhm.
because it's a hard job.
Yeah.
There isn't an easy part of it. I love my job, but I hate it at the same time.
Yeah.
I love working with the patients and helping them feel better. I hate
Yeah.
hate the queues and not being able to help.
Yeah.
But that is the only thing I'm gonna ask of people is if you think you need therapy, don't knock it.
Yeah.
Just try it. Sorry, that's my laptop having a time of its life.
We love that.
Yeah, I'm off to Yeah, I'm off to go back for therapy and not the occupational kind on Tuesday, though I'm very sure I'm not going to get it. So, correct me if I'm wrong, Mew, but if I remember correctly where you're from, without saying it, is your healthcare service is free too, right? You've got free healthcare over there. I don't know if I'm right or wrong about that, so that's why I'm asking. My fucking kneecap is like screaming at me.
Oh yeah, my leg's been screaming at me the entire time we've been.
I'm fine once I stretch my leg out, but my charger is not fine.
Yeah.
But it's gonna have to deal with it
Yeah.
because I need to relax my leg. Um, yeah, and hence it's been subject to a lot of budget cuts. Yeah,
Yeah.
they cut us left, right, and center. They don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, we need a brand new garden. We'll take it from the health department. They don't
Yep.
need it.
Yep.
Oh, that new cinema. Take it from the health
Yep.
department. We also do not get paid enough
No, you do not.
for the work that we do.
No.
I still maintain to this day that it's disgusting that footballers get paid more than a surgeon.
Yeah. Same.
Why the fuck is someone who's kicking a ball around a field is getting like 20 million to 60
Yeah.
million per contract,
Yeah.
but someone who's saving lives is getting like barely 10,000?
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
think it's
Let me Google that right now. Let me Google that. What is the I don't know what a surgeon's yearly wage is.
I think it's absolutely disgusting that my full-time wage is higher than Tom's.
So, with over 20 years experience, they're earning around 189,000 a year.
Yeah. I think healthcare should be paid way higher.
So their monthly salary is only 15,000 or less.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
No, it's not. Not for the job.
15,000 for saving someone's life on an
Yeah.
operating table, and you got a footballer kicking a ball around a field for an hour and a half.
Yeah. The mental weight that surgeons would have on their job, it's worth way more than that.
Amy, listen to this. The average salary for a professional footballer in the UK varies significantly by league, with the Premier League having the highest average of around 60,000 to 67,000 per week.
Uh-huh. I hate it. I've always
So let's
hated
say
it.
they're getting paid 60,000, 60K
Yep.
a week.
Yeah.
So that's 60K times 4. That's What is that? Hang on. I need the maths to do the math for me. 60, 120, 180. That 240 a month.
Yes.
240 grand a month.
Yeah.
240k
Yep.
times 12. No, it's saying kilometers. Hold on. Let me just. That's 2.8 million apparently
Yep.
a year.
It's disgusting.
Where the hell does this money come from? Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
Probably taxpayers' money, to be honest.
And
Like I'm aware that
sponsorships.
my and sponsorships. Like I'm aware that my genetic mishap is throwing everyone off, especially when it's not doctor accessible for me in public side of things who know like anything about it. But I'm slowly growing tired of the mess of nobody knowing what they to do with me. Yeah, well, that's I get
Yeah.
it. I wouldn't want to be in that position, to be
No.
fair. But not everyone has answers, I'm afraid. You know, we're living in a day and age where there's a lot of new things
Yeah.
where we don't know what's wrong with somebody. There's gonna probably be a bunch of new. I think they just recently announced there's a brand new thing called Outrovert or something.
Oh,
So
excellent.
instead of introvert and extrovert,
Yep.
there's a new one now.
Excellent.
Um,
Of course there is. Because why wouldn't there be?
so it's called Otroversion.
Oh.
No, that's not it. It can't be. Something like that.
Yeah.
Otrovert. Yeah, I got it right. Otrovert. I said it right. Yeah, that's a new thing
Oh.
that they've now announced, which is someone who's both, I think.
I thought that was ambivert.
Or it's honestly, it's so new. Um, let me see what Google says. It's a personality coined by psychiatrist Dr. Rami Kaminsky, characterized by a strong sense of emotional independence and perspective of being an outsider, not belonging to groups, even when surrounded by people.
So imposter syndrome.
Well, no, because that's just called imposter syndrome, though.
Yeah. But that's basically describing imposter syndrome.
Emotional independence and introverts don't rely on groups for validation or emotional fulfillment. Their status is they often feel like they don't quite belong to any group, even if they have a close personal connections. Oh, I get it. No, it's more so someone who's like never feels like they fit in, but like not in an imposter way. Even though basically that's what it sounds like,
Yeah.
but it's not that.
Yeah.
There's probably more of an unique phrase to it. I'm just
Yeah.
reading what Google says. I've not been told about it, even though I work in that field, so I've
Yep.
not been told that this is a new term that we need to be aware of. So until that crops up on my feed
Yep.
that I need to start, I'll probably end up getting trained on it if it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Um, and since the current policy is that they don't have to follow referrals from private clinics and doctors, the paper, written by a specialist who does not know a lot about the genetic mishap, that says I probably have both Tourette's and OCD, has meant absolutely nothing, and weirdly it shows. Wait, what?
I'm not sure.
Tourette's and OCD? Well, isn't that then telling you what you have? There's probably more onks to that, to be honest. OCD is a big one
Oh
for
yeah.
bipolar.
Yeah.
Schizophrenic patients and bipolar patients tend to show a lot of OCD, and so do ADHD people. They tend to
Yeah.
have a lot of OCD tendencies. I can't English. It's okay, Mew. I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Um, I hope they figure out what's fully wrong with you soon, though, so you can have answers.
Yeah. I hope so too.
Actually, OCD, I know her. Do you know, I don't like the stigma though that everyone thinks OCD means constantly having to clean up. It's not
Yep.
just that. There's millions of different things that go into OCD. Like I'm someone who I don't have like OCD, but like I come back and I check my door 6 times. I can't leave unless I've done it six
Yep.
times to make sure it's locked. Then I have to fold the carpet up over my door to make sure my apartment door is locked, and then I'll leave. And then even though I've checked it enough, I still panic about it when I've
Yep.
left. I'll still freak out about it. I also have this. I think it's probably anxiety, but it's also OCD that I feel like I'm gonna get robbed whenever I leave. So that's another thing.
Yep.
OCD is part of anxiety too. It is. It's a very OCD is not just a thing on its own. It's a very umbrella term. I hate the word
Yeah.
umbrella term, even though I've used it twice today, but it is.
Yeah.
It's like a think of a spider diagram. It goes into many different paths.
Yeah.
Though I don't believe everybody has OCD because there are some dirty
Yeah.
people in the world who do not know how to clean themselves.
No.
Another big thing with major depressive disorders and autism is hygiene.
Yep.
A lot of people who I'm very hygienic, but that's just because I can't smell gross. If I smell gross, I hate it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people out there who don't brush their teeth because they're too depressed or
Yeah.
because they're scared to brush their teeth. Like there's a fear of it. A lot of autistic patients are scared to brush their teeth.
Yeah.
Um, because it's like a fear. I don't really fully understand. Like I know it's there, but it's
Yeah.
something I'm still. But yeah, they have a fear of brushing their teeth. Um, but so do people with major depressive disorder. They don't like brushing their teeth.
Yeah.
Um, even though they want to, they're not very good at regulating showers.
Yep.
Um, I know that's just depression, but there's a lot of that in other mental illnesses and other areas.
Yeah.
People with OCD also sometimes don't even brush their teeth. They've been denying me for 3 years
Oh
because,
my God.
we don't understand your genetics. What do you mean they've been denying you? They should never be denying you. They should be running every test that they possibly
Yeah.
can, and if they've run out, then find more
Yeah.
to get an answer. So when I was working in that beauty shop I was telling you about,
Yeah.
we had someone who had OCD, but they had OCD with brushing their teeth.
Yep.
And we were told not to make a comment. They would come in and they would buy like the entire
Yeah.
sorry, bless me. The entire toothpaste aisle. Like not all of it, but they buy like a bunch of Colgate toothpaste and
Yeah.
then there'd be like 20 boxes. And their teeth were bad because they were brushing off all the enamel.
Yep.
So they were like had holes in the teeth from over brushing.
Yeah.
I know you get told to brush your teeth twice a day. You're actually only supposed to brush your teeth once.
Yeah.
It's either once every night or once every other day. You are not supposed to brush your teeth twice a day,
Yeah.
7 days a week. That's 14 times a week. You are taking off the enamel. And the reason I know that's a fact is, for example, there's also a lot of plastic in products too. Um, there's my siblings, Courtney and Sean. Courtney always brushes the teeth. This is past tense. She always used to brush her teeth. Not they both do now, but when they're growing up, it's different.
Yeah.
She was always brushing, always taking care of her teeth twice a day, making sure that they were clean. And Sean rarely brushed his.
Yeah.
They went to the dentist on the same day. When Sean got seen, absolutely no issues with his teeth at all.
Yeah.
No holes, no nothing. Courtney gets seen, she needs 6 fillings
Yeah.
from brushing her teeth.
Uh-huh.
Now, I brush my teeth at the end of every other night.
Uh-huh.
So if I brush tonight, I won't brush tomorrow, I'll brush the night after.
Yeah.
I always do brush my teeth. I always make sure my teeth are at least cleaned. But I don't. But the days in between, I use mouthwash
Yeah.
and floss.
Yeah.
Floss your teeth. It's not very big in the UK flossing, but it needs to be.
Yeah.
But any other for example, if I brush my teeth today, tomorrow I'll use mouthwash, and then the day after I'll brush my teeth. So I've always made sure my breath smells nice. I'll use mouthwash twice a day, so I'll use it in the morning and then at night.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, basic hygiene is a massive flaw in people with mental illnesses. Like,
Yeah.
they will avoid washing.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't eat like I should. I eat one meal a day.
Yeah.
And that's terrible of me, to be honest, but I just eat one meal a day.
Yeah.
And so I don't really have much to clean out my teeth. But I drink cherry soda, so cherry Coke, so when I feel like that can stick to your teeth and I hate that feeling, so I brush my teeth whenever I feel that. I think something similar happened to my sister. She brushed a bunch. I would get it once a day. She had cavities. I didn't. Yeah, you're not supposed to brush as much as they try and tell you. But the reason they tell you to do that is this sounds like a conspiracy, but it's not. They tell you to do that so you go back. We should do a conspiracy theory episode, I think. I think that'd be so cool.
We'll
But they
find
do tell you
the
that so they can go back and make money from you. That's the whole
yeah.
point.
We'll find the weirdest conspiracy theories we can find.
Oh, there's so many we could do.
Yeah,
That's our next episode. We'll do
that's
a
the next
conspiracy theory
episode
episode. Hmm.
where we just tell each other
Um,
stories of conspiracy theories.
yeah, we can even Google some on the day and
Yeah,
think if we believe in it or not. Um,
we'll do a tier
did you hear about
list.
the Titanic theory? Conspiracy theory.
No,
Did you guys never hear about the Titanic theory?
no.
It's not fully proven. Was it the Britannia? Hold on.
But yeah, we'll do a tier list of conspiracy theories about how believable they are.
Oh, it was the Olympic, right? So there was two ships at the same time. I'll make it really quick, but we
Mhm.
still got 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
There's two ships being made at the same time. The Titanic was being made at the same time as the Olympic was.
Yep.
Um, and apparently there was a fault with one of the ships.
Yeah.
So they rushed out the ship. They switched out. So basically, the theory is the Titanic was actually the Olympic, and the Olympic was the Titanic.
Yeah.
So the Titanic apparently had like an issue. So instead of rushing that to release, they rushed out the Olympic and called it the Titanic.
Yeah.
And then the reason why that's a theory, which is it's not founded, it's still just a theory,
Yeah.
but apparently it was when it sunk, they found like a number on the propeller that didn't match with the Titanic, it matched with the Olympic.
Oh.
And so that's allegedly the rumor. But you know, it's an interesting theory regardless. What would you need the diagnosis for when you and we know you fill the criteria anyway? Is the most common reply. Well, they're not doing
Oh
the job
yeah,
then.
I've had that reply.
From who? Your GP? Or your psychiatrist?
It was from a key worker. And I was like, well,
Your key worker said this to you.
yeah. Oh no, it was the people that did my therapy. And I was like, well, I need the diagnosis so that I can put it on my PIP.
What would you need the diagnosis for when you and we
Yeah.
know you fill the criteria anyway?
Yeah. And so I was like, I need it so I can put it on my PIP form.
Get away from there, Milo. You can wait. I'm nearly done. Trying to poop. What the I hate that.
Yeah.
You need a diagnosis because you need the right medicine and the right help.
Yeah.
You can't just say someone fits a criteria and be like, well, it's that, but we can't officially tell you it. Then
Yeah.
what the fuck is your job
Yeah.
then? Don't even think about it. I'm trying to watch the cat and do this podcast at the same time. I know he's trying to poop. I will let him poop, just not when I can't move. Anyway, is the most common reply I get when I remind a new doctor from the specialist paper and ask for the testing for Tourette's. What kind of Tourette's do you twitch? There's so many different kinds. Do you like swear, kind of like the basic type? Do you have like tics where you just kind of like twitch your arm or do weird janky movements? Like, if you feel comfortable sharing that. Because I have a ton of tics that I've had since I was very little, but in the past 5 years they've become more and more vocal and disruptive. Okay, now I'm reading it. Should have finished reading first, Jamie. For example, communication. Oh, so you are verbal with them. Okay, well, then they need to sort that out.
Yeah.
Immediately. Tourette's is a hard one, though, because there isn't really medication that helps with Tourette's. It's got to be all therapy. And what I'm looking for. Is it speech therapy? I twitch, I nod, I bite my teeth to pieces, I hum, I repeat words and phrases, and nowadays I unfortunately also swear. So it's really picked up then over the last few years. As you said, the last 5. Okay. Well, they need to get you into some kind of program to help with that because it's a shame that you're not in the UK because I actually think I could help with that. I could have got you a referral to somewhere. Obviously, that would have been done in DMs, not on Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah, no, but the diagnosis is super important for even just. I hate that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mia.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the only thing I could do is tell you what you already know. Um, but because I can't physically see you or hear these things, I can't fully confirm, hey, you do have this. But if they're saying you do, but they don't want to give you the diagnosis, I'm not understanding the connection there. I don't get it. What are
No.
they so scared to do that for? Hey, you have Tourette's, we think you have it, but we're not going to give you the
Yeah.
diagnosis. That's like telling someone in a very serious way, hey, you show signs that you have cancer, but we're not going to diagnose you with that.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't do that to a cancer patient.
No.
So why are you doing this to a Tourette's patient? I
It
don't get
makes
it.
no sense.
But the diagnosis is super important for even just accept. Yeah. No, I get it. I hate that so much. I know I just read that twice, but I had to reread it to
Yeah.
make it make sense. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing so far and hope I come across someone who puts me at least on the waiting list.
I
That's the
hope
thing
you
though,
do.
like depending on how long it takes you to find them, then you're waiting even longer
Yeah.
to get help that you need.
Yeah.
Anyway, chat. I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
Um, we've talked for over 2 hours and nearly 3 hours.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being here,
Oh
lurking and
yeah.
talking. We've had a lot of communication from people today. I'm
Yeah.
glad that we were at least an outreach for people to talk about stuff in chat. Hopefully, it
Yeah.
makes you feel better. I'm sorry that it won't give you the answers that you need. Unfortunately, that has to be your own healthcare system.
Yeah.
Um, but I appreciate everyone that's been here today, letting me get vulnerable and almost cry like a little bitch. Um, I believe we can raid Maria.
I don't think
Um,
she's live
if sh
anymore.
is she not live anymore? Let me refresh.
No.
Oh, she's not. Oh
No.
no. Oh, I hate that.
I don't have anyone
On
on.
my screen, she was live still. That's
Oh.
crazy.
I don't have
It's because
anyone
I
with
didn't
low
refresh.
viewers.
Dan went offline too?
Yeah.
Mother truckers.
I know.
Well, I guess we won't be raiding anybody then
No.
today.
My lowest view
Which is
count
how it
is
goes on a.
my lowest view count is 31. So.
My lowest view count is Oz.
I mean, yeah, that. But we can't rate ourselves.
There's two people that are live, one has 308 and another has 54. So yeah. If we can't benefit your stream, I don't see the point in raiding. To those who followed us today,
Thank you
it
very
was
much,
Holly and what was the other
Mr.
person's name?
Moore.
Mr. What?
Yeah.
Mr. Moore.
I've got the activity
Thank you
feed
guys for
open.
being here. I don't know if you're still here, but I appreciate the
Yeah.
follows.
I appreciate you being here.
Are you? Did we say we're not live next week because you're doing something, or
No, I'm
can't
around next
remember?
week.
Okay, so we'll do conspiracy theories next week.
Yes.
Because we still haven't figured out a game yet.
Yeah.
Because we just finished a game, so we'll have to figure that one
Yeah.
out. We'll do that next week. So get excited. If you have conspiracy theories that you want to talk about, put them in the Pixel Pal music suggestion.
Yes.
Might just need to change that channel to Pixel Pal topic suggestions, maybe.
Yeah.
We will get around to listening to the music.
Yes.
We still haven't done that.
Yeah.
But if you have any conspiracy theories that you want us to look into, we will look into those.
Yes.
In the week ahead. And yeah.
It's been great. Thank you all for joining us.
Go chill before I have to do D&D. Remember, D&D tonight for anyone who wants to watch. It's a big episode tonight. Is the leisure word? It is now. It's my word.
We can debate it. We can debate it.
Is that a conspiracy theory or is it a fact? We can debate is the leisure word.
We'll debate it. We'll leave you on a cliffhanger.
But I'm biased because I invented it. By accident. Because my keyboard hates me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that that's the thing now between us all, though. Everyone says delete it. I love that now.
I mean, it's the conspiracy theory that your keyboard hates you.
That's not a conspiracy theory. That's confirmed.
But yes, thank you for joining us.
I think the only conspiracy theories I'll avoid are like violent ones.
Yeah.
I don't mind talking true. We should do true crime in October, I think.
Oh my god,
I think
yes.
every week we should do a true crime case.
Yes.
That shout out did not work. What did? Oh, was it? There we go.
There we
Thank
go.
you, Angie Legend.
Thank you, Ange.
Ange needs a raise. She works too hard.
She does.
Didn't work last year. We'll look into it. I think we've only got a guest shout out for now, actually. We might need to look into it, unless Amy did set one up and it's just not
We have
working.
a shout out command.
But there's Fargrim if you guys want to follow. Yeah. So next week, conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
So if you have any, let us know.
Yeah.
And then I think in October we'll probably do some true crime episodes.
Yeah.
I know there's one episode I want to talk about.
I genuinely,
and I know all the facts from it. So
excellent. I genuinely think we should do a tier list of conspiracy theories.
we could do.
Yeah.
I mean, I just need to make sure I can stream the tier list.
Yeah, I can stream. I should be able to do it.
Actually, yeah, you probably
Yeah, I'm on a Ethernet connection now.
could. Oh, guys, she's on that Ethernet connection.
I am on an Ethernet connection now.
Raise me in cat photos. Milo, come here. It's time for a photo shoot.
Yes.
You just looked at me like, are you going to let me poo? Can you wrap up so I can poo? All right. I will see y'all.
Yeah, I will see you all next week.
Next week if I don't see you in D&D.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.